Nitro is the glory,
but e-buggy pays the bills. Welcome to the No Name RC podcast. Get ready for some serious bench racing. But be warned, we speak our minds, express our thoughts, and sometimes things can get a little rowdy.
Hate, and he just was influenced by the hate coming from the left, the hate coming from the right.
And let's get back to more club racing and less of this grabbing racing.
It's hard not to be arrogant when you're always right. You know?
See what I mean? That's exactly why people call you arrogant, Max.
You may not agree with everything we say, but it's definitely worth a listen.
And our pick, can you stop whatever you're doing?
Join your host, Lefty the Great, with co-hosts and guests as they get together to chat RC.
Hey, after that race that I watched this morning, I have to talk about it.
Here we go. $100 right here, $100 throw. Oh no! I like this.
Whoa! Yes. What's going on, everybody? Good evening. Welcome to Lefty Off the Record DNC warm-up party. It's a little warm in the DR. I'm sweating. So, I don't know. We gotta get some more people in here. Good evening, everybody that's in here. Who do we have? We have BJ. How you doing, BJ? That's Valenzuela's. Hello. I wonder who that is. Rick Rodriguez. How you doing, my friend? Met him at DNC my first DNC. Awesome dude. Hope you're well. Romel Gelato. He's tuned in from Philippines. What's up, Jonathan Hilton up there in Ontario? D70. Happy belated birthday to you, good buddy. It was good talking to you the other day. James Martley. Good evening to you. Evan Roeth. How are you? Eva Lobos. ¿Cómo está? Robert Parente, wow, long time no see. This live's bringing out some oldies but goodies. Hope you guys are well. Looks like it's a little bit moister in DNC right now, but we're going to talk about all of that. We got a few things to talk about this weekend, but we got to get the shirt out, everybody. Share this out. I'd like to get about 100 people in here. We haven't done it live for a long time, so I don't know what's going to happen. I know a lot of people are at DNC. So who knows? What's up, Terry Brooklyn? How are you? CL Alfred. I'm back. Dennis Johnson. How are you? Good evening. So we got 57 people. I'm going to do what JQ does. And we're not going to start this until, I don't know, we got 75 people in here. I would love 100. So share this out. I know people on the West Coast are just getting home. So I know, yeah, West Coast just getting home. My East Coast guys are here. I hope you guys are well. It is Wednesday. Seth coming out hot in truck, says Cage Mills. Yep. Well, I was watching some racing. I was looking at some of the we're gonna go through all of that. Don't worry, we're gonna go through that stuff. I am not at DNC ever. I did not go. My second year not going. I'm not the only one not going because Rona Falk didn't go either. And we're gonna talk about that. And that was a shock. That caught me off guard this morning. I've been in shambles ever since. I'm going to tell you how I figured that out. I'm going to tell you, it's completely went over my head, Max's head, everybody's head. Dennis Johnson, are you going to Silver State? I will not be going to Silver State. I think I heard it's going to be the last one too. So I am not. I've been twice, and I just can't. What's up, Bowman? First one. That's right. You know what? Super chats. We are taking super chats. Super chats this weekend is for Lefty's Beer and Pizza Fun to watch DNC and watch it all. I'm not going to wait for 100 viewers, though. I've done it before, Chemo. Chemo says, you're hanging around JQ too much. I hate when you... Oh, hold on. Avrolobos. Avrolobos says, I don't feel like spending $4,000 for 25-minute main. Yep. I want to talk about that a little bit. Yep. Fee not there either. This is the second year he's not going. Looks like he might. Bauman, super chat. It's 2 a.m. I'm still awake. It's all Lefty's fault. Bauman, you be up this late if tomorrow night, maybe Friday night, watching DNC. Bauman is in Austria. Thank you, Bauman. I'm actually going to start this. Excuse me, guys. I'm just coming off a sick this weekend. I'll be coughing. I'm going to try and mute it as good as I can. I do apologize for that. But we got 64 people in here. Bauman's up late, and he super chatted me. So, we're going to start this. What's up, Roach? Roach. We literally recorded a few days ago we literally recorded a few days ago at info, and we've been bamboozled. I know. Bamboozled. But you know what? I get to do an audible on my pick. Because Ronnefalk was my pick. If you listen to show 310 that dropped. So good stuff. All right. I say let's get this show started. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Lefty Off the Record. I want to thank you guys all for joining me this weekend. It's been a while since I've done some lives. We're going to start doing them again now that I'm home. This one was supposed to be a little bit special. I'll talk about it in a minute. But first, I want to say thank you to all of you guys out there, the NNRC squad around the world. I can't do it without you guys, man. Seriously, can't do it without you guys. Seriously, I appreciate it. And I really do appreciate the support, man. Thank you all. Really do. Thank you to all the NNRC patrons, YouTube members, for all you guys' support. You go the extra mile. You help make this possible. Like, you help make this possible. Seriously, you do. You that extra money helps me a lot. So it helps make this possible. Thank you. If you like what we're doing, head on over to that and support us. Thank you, Robert Parente, also for a super chat. He says, "Have a beer on me." Thank you. I appreciate it. We are taking tips tonight for the Lefty's Beer Fund. Hello, Coach. Happy birthday to you. Belated birthday. All right, back on my spiel. Thank you, guys, everybody. If you wish to support the podcast a little bit more, you can. Links for that in the written description. Big shout out to our sponsors, J Concepts. Thank you, J Concepts. Thank you, J Concepts, for the videos and pictures today of DNC, because I didn't feel like I was I'm not at DNC, but I'm in Scouring all day. I know they got started late, but thank you very much, J Concepts. More about that. For all their content that they gave us today. Thank you to High Tech RC, Sidewinder Fuels, Latera Racing, Invisible Speed, ML Toys, Side Peach Racing, Hot Race Tires, Elite RC Productions, RC Project, Mayako, Beach RC, Racecraft USA, Clinic RC, and of course the Elite RC Productions crew, who are going to be split up in two. Danny and Lance, shout out to you guys up there at the One Word Raw Nationals. I know you guys can kill it. Shout out to Gene and Patrick, who are going on to Coral Springs to do 10 scale for the Florida RC Championships. Sorry. And congratulations to Hot Race. Aiden Horn and Chase Lemieux kicked ass at the Desert Classic. Congratulations to those young racers. Aiden Horn's on a roll. Will it follow him to DNC? Max thinks so. If you listen to show 310. So thank you to all of that. If you're a company out there, you like what we're doing, and you want to work with us throughout the year, we have a few long-term campaigns, which is basically a yearly campaign left. And if you want to do that, great. But we also have some shorter campaigns, boosted more to give you a little bit more exposure for a shorter amount of time. And we definitely want to get those rolling, product spotlights, all that type of stuff. This isn't just for fun. Some of us make our living off of this, believe it. We gotta keep the ball going. We gotta keep the content machine going. So if your company interested in something like that, hit me up. I'll send you out our details and we'll work with you. So let me know. We're willing to work with all companies, by the way. So let us know. All right. And shout out to our drivers, David Ronnefalk, Robert Batty, Alexander Hagberg, Medi G, Pecco, Una Hotnan, and Mason Fuller. And if you would have told me that David Ronnefalk was not at DNC, I would have told you no way. Not out of this. I know Matty G and Alex Hagberg are going, but Pecco and Una are there, but David isn't. And I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, so we got some shout outs in here. We got Kevin Caston. What's up, Kevin Stewart? Kevin Caston. Derek V. What's up? Tyrone Pearl says, just seeing pictures of the track. What's going to happen? Well, I'll tell you what I think's going to happen. as my experience of going to DNC. All right, let's just jump into it. 25 years of DNC. Congratulations to Joey, the Dirt Nitro crew, for all that they've done. This awesome race that they've made. So big. It's one of my favorite races to watch. I've been a big fan of DNC for many, many years. I've been fortunate to attend a few of them. I've been fortunate to be involved in some scandal and one or two of them. Not the last one. I wasn't involved in that, but guilty by association, I guess. I wasn't even there, but I had to deal with it, a little bit. But I'm on DNC. Awesome race. I think if you're at 1/8 scale enthusiast, you should make the pilgrimage to. This is one of those races you should make the pilgrimage to. It's like a nationals. It's a worlds. DNC is like that. A PNB. These are races I think you should go once in your life to try it out. And yeah, what makes this race so iconic is obviously the international flavor. It's a long race. It's been around here for about 25 years. It might be 24. It might have missed a year. I can't remember. I don't know the whole real. There's some funky math on that, but I don't know. Hey, what's up? We got people coming in. I'm sorry, guys. I can't monitor all the chat. I see you guys coming in. I will get to some highs. What's up to you guys and all that type of stuff. So that's what makes DNC super iconic. Oh, I forgot to say too. So I got the goal was to bring back the NNRC hotline tonight and do call-ins, and I was going to have a producer here, my buddy Ty, but he got sick. He went to the Desert Classic and he's sick, and he woke up and was like, "Dude, I feel bad." And we was working on this. I bought the software, everything, because we used to do call-ins. But unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do call-ins tonight. So I'm not going to also be able to monitor the chat. I'm going to monitor the chat as best I can, but I can't. So that was also supposed to happen. Hello, 4R Racing, tuning in from Canada. Jerry Klingbeil, how are you? Wade Collinson. No, Wade. Wade says, I feel like you're the hardest working man on the podcast game. Keep it up. Thank you. I do this. Yeah, it's my life. It's my life. All right. So that's what makes this race so iconic. You got these international guys over here, and that's what makes it awesome to me anyway. Oh, man. Thank you, Justin Turner, for the 1999 super chat. He says, grab a pizza for the race from Shaw's RC track. Hopefully, I'll be there for the truck nationals thingy. We're trying to work on that. So that's what makes this race epic to me. We've talked about it many years. I've followed it for years and years and years. So what's going on right now? I haven't really been able to talk to people much today. This is the first day everybody's together, so everybody's excited. And I know everybody's talking to everybody and doing that type of stuff. It's like when I go to races, I know because I'm busy talking to everybody, and people say, "Hey, what's going on?" People are sending me a message, and I have to ignore people. So people have been ignoring me. Salty Joe ignored me all day today. Then he finally messaged me. Pecco I talked to Pecco a little bit. I saw that it was raining. I knew they weren't on the track. So I went out and, I released that podcast and all that stuff today. And I'm going to talk about that in a bit as well. So I knew that it was raining. I knew that. I looked at the weather and I knew that they would be able to get to run today because I've been there enough to know that those guys can get their track in order. And they did. So they got on the track. I'm not sure what time they got on. Maybe one of you guys know in the chat better than me. But they got on the track and they got up to race number 41, I think, or 47. It was like middle of intermediate nitro buggy. So when they get to pro e-buggy, pro e-truggy, what? We're going to talk about that. I am telling you that it is absolutely stacked. That is the most stacked e-buggy field I've ever seen in my life. Woo! It's pretty badass. So they stopped there. I don't know what's going on. Maybe somebody in the chat knows, but I haven't been able to talk to anybody. I don't know what the plan is for tomorrow because tomorrow they're going to get rain tonight. It's supposed to stop 12 and it's supposed to be showers intermediately. Then it's supposed to rain tomorrow morning on and off. And when the weather I was looking at, the sun doesn't come out till around 10. So if it stops raining, they could get that stagnant water off there and get that sun on there. We can feasibly see them getting into qualifying tomorrow afternoon. And it's 700 entries. it's done from it's not a big 900, 800 entries. It's 700 entries. Depending on what time they get on the track, they might be able to get 2 runs in tomorrow, but it'll be late. And if there's no other delays, no other rain, which it might be throughout the day, and if not, I think they're going to get 1 run in. 1 round of qualifying. Tomorrow's e-buggy and Truggy day. So, yeah. I don't know what's going to happen. I haven't heard anything. And, of course, it's going to be a late start tomorrow. So, guys get to sleep in. So, the good thing is tonight, guys get to hang out, go have food, maybe have a few drinks, get their cars ready. They can wake up late tomorrow, get to the track. They're not probably going to be getting onto track 12, maybe 12, maybe before that. I don't know. So, like I said, information has been very sparse. That's why I have to be there. But as BJ says, the weather's supposed to be fine Friday to Sunday. So we will get back to the regular scheduled program on Friday, it looks like, which is great. Live RC's there setting up. I'm looking forward to the coverage this weekend as well. So that will be fun. And I guess they start tomorrow because I have a YouTube notification that they start tomorrow. And yeah, we shall see. We shall see. It should be good. All right. So before we get into the big thing, and I know a lot of you are here for that, I have to have a drink of water. I do have a nice cold beer over there, but I dropped it. So I'm letting it just chill out, and I don't want it to blow up on me. So let me have some water, and we're gonna get into this next copy because the air conditioner's drying me out. All right. So, Rona Falk not attending the Dirt Nitro Challenge. I'm still in shock. I'm still in fucking shock about this. So let me tell you how this started. I was editing up. I was getting show 310 ready today because my plan was to release the show between Roach and Max and I, which is show 310 tomorrow, right? Because I was kind of late being sick. I was late releasing show 309, which is we're releasing a lot of shows over the last 2 weeks. So I released it to Patreon. You know, if you're Patreon, you got early access. And then I released it to the YouTube members. And then one person in the YouTube members, Kevin Myers, I'll never forget. He goes, "Is Ronnefalk even going?" And that was about maybe 8:30 this morning. I saw that. And my heart skipped a beat. I was like, hold on. I haven't seen anything from Ronnefalk of him headed to DNC on his social media. Not one thing. And I said, maybe I missed it because I've been kind of sick and busy. Maybe I missed it. So I quickly went to his social media and I was like, what? There's not been posted her since that TITC race or whatever it is in Thailand. I was like, he's not going. That's when it hit me. And then like about 2 minutes after that, his social media changed where he's getting ready for the hoodie series. And I was just like, what the actual fuck? David Ronnefalk, who's, I believe, a 3-time Pro Nitro buggy winner at this race, run-up last year, is not going to one of his favorite, one of the best races he's ever attended. Like, he's very good at this race. Like, he finished second last year, everybody. I had him. I wouldn't have been surprised if he would have won this year. I was fucking devastated. My whole world started crumbling around me. I went into panic mode. I was like, what am I going to do? That was my pick. He was going to win 3. I mean, when it's about that, I was just shocked. Nothing. 2-time Nitro and 1-time e-buggy. Okay, I thought he won it 3 times. So he won it in 2018 and 2020. That's it. He didn't win it before that. Check on BJ isn't her. He can be my virtual stats guy because that's what he's good at. I was really good at it too. Really good at that stuff. So I don't doubt his stat right there. I was shocked. So I messaged Ronnefalk. I was like, "You're not going to DNC. What the fuck?" That's exactly what I said. "You're not going to DNC. What the fuck?" And then I thought about it. I was like, hold on, he was just in Thailand for 2 weeks. Because a lot of those guys went out for the week before to practice for that race. That's a big race, right? Max is geeking out on it. I was like, Joseph and Pecco went out there, but Joseph came home. He was home for a few days, and then he was back on the plane. I was like, hold on. No, it all comes together. It all came together. And I was just like, all right. So Ronnefalk messaged me back later, and he goes, I was like, dude, you're not going to DNC? He's like, nope. And I was like, and he said, this is he told me what happened. He said, basically, there was a choice that we do TITC or DNC. Collectively, him and X-Ray and both of them collectively decided that the better option was to go to TITC and let the USA team handle DNC. Now, the emotional side of me was like, in my brain, like, what the fuck? What? Nitro's to glory? Don't they know? Like, this man's won this. This is my, like, I'm a Ronnefalk fan. Like, at DNC, like, Ronnefalk is fucking badass. Like, you guys don't understand that. This man is born to run DNC races. He just seems to perform there, right? And then the kind of rational side of me started to kind of all come out. And I was like, yeah, I get this. I mean, how could Ronnefalk, that's a lot to ask. He was literally in Thailand, fly back to Sweden, get his stuff ready for DNC, and try to get out there. I mean, and I know David, he's going to want to get out there at least 2 or 3 days prior. He'd probably want to be out there on the Thursday prior to DNC. Get out to Rev, get his bearings, get his Nitro finger back, because he hasn't raced Nitro since the Chinese, that SIGP in China in December. And I just like, I get that. I get why he didn't, why that was a lot of strain to do both of those races for him. And then I really thought about it. And we're going to talk, Max and I are going to talk more about this on the podcast, and probably JQ, what we think about this really. And then I thought about the logical business side of things. And I was like, it was probably more logical to send Ronnefalk, even though they had bad results. Even though it was bad results, it was more logical to send Ronnefalk to the TITC race, because they had Hagberg and that was it. And I think like Hagberg's going to be the new Bruno Coelho, like for X-Ray. That's what it's looking like. But I mean, fuck, man. DNC? No fucking way. But they do have a good horse over there in Dakota Fen. Chase Lemieux's there as well. Ty that's his dark horse pick. But basically, that's what happened with Ronnefalk. So they collectively decided that that's what it sounded like to me. I assume they collectively decided that it was better for him to go to TITC, put the full focus on that, and then leave DNC for not. Now, that's not saying he's not coming back to DNC ever again. I'm sure he will be back. And I'm not saying that he isn't coming to any other USA races, but I mean, I'm shocked. I mean, I haven't seen this before, especially with somebody who's a favorite to win this. Guys who don't do good at DNC sometimes don't come back, and that's fine. All right. But not a contender like Ronnefalk. So I was shocked, man. I was shocked. That's one less guy that everybody has to worry about at that race. Yeah, Busa, we're looking at some of the comments. Checker Pass, what's up? What's up, Sergio? ¿Cómo está? Long not there either. So Fee went last year to the FEMCA race over there in Vietnam. Maybe they just, look, that's his home country, right? So they want to go over there, and I think they go over there for a vacation slash race. Fee's 13 years old. He needs to get over and see his home country as much as possible and spend time over there while he's young. Fee will have plenty of DNCs to go. But I do want him to go to one. So that's, with Fee, I'm not too shocked about it. It's 2 years. I am shocked it's 2 years in a row, but I'm not too shocked about it. So also, I think if he runs for FEMCA and he wins that, he has a guaranteed spot in the Worlds. But if he doesn't make it for USA, he doesn't make it for that. So that's probably also a reason for him. So I would think. So Boost Life says, I guess he's talking about Rona Falk. He's also one of the few drivers to win both e-buggy and nitro buggy in the same DNC as well. Yeah, I remember that year in 2017 when freaking Mayfield just absolutely waxed the field in all three classes in his first big race on the Mugen rides. I was a pure Mugen Mafiaite back then. So I was all about Mugen that year. Oh, that was good times. All right, so let's go have a look at the track. Thanks to J Concepts, we got to see some good pictures and some good video of the track. They have some good overhead pictures of the track, but let's bring up a video of the track that they have because I like it. My buddy sent me a video a few days ago, and I was like, okay. But now that I'm seeing some cars go around it, I like the track. I really do. I really do. Oh, hello, Charlie Mac. Please do not leave. Please do not leave, Trugganheer. Testing my OG Truggy status. Don't forget, everybody, super chats. We are taking donations this weekend. Lefty's beer fun and pizza fun for the weekend. All right. So let me bring up J Concepts. Should we redo the videos first? Do you guys want to have a look at the videos? I do, because I hopefully this will play the video good. It's been a while since I've done it live like this. Done video stuff and all that there. Oh, come on. What's going on? All right. Let's go to a video of Seth Van Dalen running Truggy volume. And because this is a good video. Seth's absolutely railing. Seth could win this. He's TQ'd this race before. Man, there's so much stuff going on. All right, guys, just getting all this up and going. This is why I wanted what's up, Richard Vasquez? Richard says, what's up, Lefty? Mayfield, the top G. We shall see. We shall see. He's gonna have to beat some fast dudes, man. He's gonna have to beat some fast dudes who are hungry. And but Mayfield's that veteran. All right, let me see if I can bring this up a little better, everybody. Give me a second. There we go. So here is Seth Van Dalen. This is courtesy of J Concepts. Oh, all right, Sam. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. So here's Seth Van Dalen making his way around the track. Ooh, I'm telling you, man, this day, if you are at DNC, is so exciting. Like that first day when you start seeing cars hit the track, like the adrenaline's pumping. I'm up there in that with my camera. Oh man! But here's Seth making his way up of the track. This triple sends you super high. I like that. I think people's gonna jump into the driver's stand, into the straightaway. That triple jumping away from you. I like that. Hip jump. Okay, I like that too. Not too big deal. I really like this step up thingy majingy right there. Love that finish line banner. Got to have more of that. We have a straightaway. It's like going on into a bowl, into a little berm, little roller, up and over that big long double into a swooping arcing corner, another roller. I really like all this section of the track. A little easy double. This is something I've never seen Joey do. That is going to be a fucking minefield by tomorrow. And then back her on this big double, man. Seth's railing. Man, I really like that jump away and fade. Like you could just jump. You guys don't see the video? Oh. Why is the video not playing? Hold on. So is the video not playing? Okay. It's playing for me. Let me try again. And go to full video. Can you guys see the video now? All right. I do apologize. Let me get back to me. All right. Let me take that out and I'm going to bring it back. I was just talking about that hill track and not looking at the comments. You guys let me sound like. Okay. So now you can see the video. All right. So let me put it back up. I blame Chemo for that. All righty. There we go. Don't worry. You don't need to see me. You don't need to see me. Can you see the video now? We're watching Seth freaking Van Dalen. He is out there railing. We'll start this video all over again. Soda Club wasn't today. No Soda Club. Well, they'll got lots of soda out there. All right, so there you go. I'm talking to Chemo. He was talking about Soda Club. That's a Portuguese drink. All right, so watching Seth Van Dalen making his way up over the hip jump. I'm okay with that. I like that. This is my favorite jump of the hill track. This step up thingy, majingy. Joey makes some of the best step ups. Love the finish line, banner sign. More tracks should do that. A straightaway. Joey doesn't do much straightaways. Shocked to see one. Up and over that double. This is a kind of a fast, flowy side of the track. Over that little roller. I do really like that. Up and over that double. That's nice. This section's good. This washboard section, that is going to be like the other side of the moon by Friday. This big triple, really big, going to be dangerous. People are going to jump out, and the lower classes are going to jump out and jump into the straightaway, I feel. And that fade away, jump away triple is awesome. I love it. I have to say, for me, this is one of the better DNC tracks I've seen in a long time. For me, I just like it. I think it's going to get really, it's obviously going to get really challenging because it's going to get blown out. So it's really going to get blown out. It's just inevitable. It's nothing can stop that. And that's just how racers are going to have to deal with it. They'll fix it, but it's not going to, it's just going to get cratered out again. Let's go have a look because actually J Concepts actually has quite a few pictures. I really like these aerial pictures. So sorry about that. I'm learning that this live, I'm learning these new controls for the live here. I do apologize. Probably should have practiced this. GWVB, that whoop section is going to make or break guys, man. Dude, it might be probably one of the smoothest sections of the track by Friday, by Saturday. Who knows? That's just how DNC can be. All right, so let's look at the track here. I really like this shot. You can see an overview of it. That's pretty cool, man. That's a beautiful shot of the track. You can see the footprint. That's another good shot. Oh, I didn't realize there's so many houses out back there. There's the BMX track over there to you. All right. I'm back. But I don't know for how long. All righty, everybody. Let me sorry about that. So I did not expect all right. Whew. Whew. All right, I'm back. Can you guys see me? See, I'll offer a power grid fund noted. If you could fix this power grid, then you'd be doing a good job. I just wanted to know. All right, you're back. Okay, I do apologize. My electricity went out, guys. My electricity hasn't gone out in quite a long time. I do have an inverter, but apparently it's not connected to my office, so I got to get that fixed. So I have to run some extension cords. I don't know how long this is going to go on. It could go on for a while. Electricity could come back in a second. That would be great because it's hot. All right, let's get back to the track. So the pictures, sorry. So look, that was a beautiful, looked like they had some good weather to get out there and do some practice. And that's good. So that's good. I enjoyed that. Makes me want to be there. Makes me want to be there. Woo! It is warm. Let me have some water. All right. I need to put a hat on too. Stop the sweat. There we go. Probably going to turn off this light. Give me a second, guys. It should beam it on me. And it's going to be a little darker, but we'll be all right. What up, Jose Velez? I thought you were Salty Joe for a second. All right, let's move on. I do apologize for that. We still had 71 people in here. I think the track's good. It's going to be really rough, so it's going to be different. It's going to be a lot different. All those big triples on the side are going to be very hard to do. I think I saw Joey fixing the face of the triple that jumps away from you, and I saw a video where I think it was a ProTech video where Mayfield was getting all huckabuck through there. So it's going to be interesting. Step up jump. I really like that. I really like that jump. Man, Joey does some of the best step ups there. All right. I got to say something. A lower entry count this year. Lower entry count. And I think we have 708 and 253 years. I think 2022, they had the big 900 entries, and it's just going down ever since then. So I think things like this, the weather, right? The weather is one of the main factors for this. Basically, that's a lot of money to spend to maybe not race. And that's why you're going to see Silver State with 1,000 entries again, or probably not that much, but you know, Silver State is going to be packed, and PNB and all these races get the people coming because it's a guaranteed race. So I think that's one of the reasons. I think that's probably the main reason. Oh, Robert Parente says, all the people have spoken. Nah, I don't think so, because all these other races still get lots of entries. But I think people after that, I think it was it 2022 when we only did, was I there? Man, it was just so, I don't know. I can't remember. But I think that's a comfortable entry count. 708 entries, 253 people. That's the concerning part. It's good. The people are going on each year. You know, he does have a few more entry classes, than a bunch of classes more than most people, most races. So the entry count is, you know, it seems like, you know, you got to look at the people coming. That's the real thing right there. The people attending. But like I said, travel costs and logistics, man. Travel costs coming out there, you want to get a guaranteed race. Or like Parente says, maybe the people have have spoken. All right, let's have a look at the E-Buggy, Nitro Truggy, E-Truggy results, because they're all stacked. Let's look at E-Truggy, dude. Has it rained out? Yes, says MX304. Practice has rained out. Yes, practice has rained out. So there will be no more practice. Is the internet good for you guys? Because it seems wonky here for me. But we ain't playing no more video. Entry price is getting pretty high. Like a lot of things in life, things go up. I think Silver State should be expensive because it's inside of a freaking hotel. This race, who knows? But that's probably also, I think when people are going to these races, I think the entry con is the least, the entry price is the least of the worries, the international people that are coming to this race. That's the truth. I heard this all the time. The price is too much. I know guys from Bermuda, like Salty Joe and those guys, when they used to go to P&B and all these type of races, they race 5 classes at $100 a pop, $500, $600 in entries without a problem. You got to understand, when people are coming to internationally race this race, it's that's how much you pay. 180. Silver State is 180. He says, Kevin Caston. Where is that? I didn't see that. But I'm going to tell you something. The Neo race back in the day was fucking $200. And that was back in like 2014 when I was going to go to that race for one class. But that's one class. Silver State's an expensive race to put on. You got to pay for convenience. So Kevin, I'm not talking about pros. I'm talking about regular guys that fly. You got to understand that people come from around the world to come to DNC and Silver State and some of these races. People that are I'm telling you, like the least amount of your worries should be entry fee. Now it can get too expensive. You can get too greedy, but some of these races have to go up. I think 108 is a bit steep for Silver State. If that's the price, I thought it was 150, but I haven't really been paying attention because I'm not going. Oh, the lights are back on. Yay. Look at that. My AC is going to come back on. So give me a second, everybody. I do apologize for this jankiness, but that's not my fault. I'm going to leave everything the way it's set up now, but I'm going to just, I want to know why my internet's saying that. All right. Woo, there we go. Woo, we're back. Be right back. All right. So I don't think entry price is the issue for many people that are going to travel to this race, Kevin. That's my point. It may be an issue for the locals that are going to go to this race. I can see that because they can go race on the same freaking track next weekend. But you got to understand that it's more that people travel from all over America, all over the world. You know what, Kevin? That's a fucking great point. People don't have a problem paying more. The problem is paying more and getting less. But you know that going in there. That's what you know. And people speak with their wallets. And they are. But I'm not harping on that. That's not what this is about. I'm not trying. That's a NNRC podcast argument. I'm not disagreeing with you on that point that you just made. That was savage. MX34. Rona Falk blew it off on on-road race. them on-road guys are stealing our drivers, man. We got to do something about it. All right, let's move on. Let's go look at some e-buggy stuff and see who's running good. I really wish we would have got some nitro buggy stuff, but we didn't. But Kevin, you did make a very good point on the last one right there. And there's another thing. Let's move on. It won't change. It's not. Unfortunately, I accepted that, and I live a better life. I enjoy it now. Checkered pass. What are you talking about? All right, let's look at the Pro E truck. Holy shit. So Ryan Mayfield out front, followed by Seth Van Dalen, Jared Wiggins, 3 technos. Ryan Lutz, Caden Fuller, Frankie Contreras, Burak Killick, Joao Figueiredo, Elliot Boots, Spencer Rifkin, Mason Fuller, Ricardo Berton, JC3, Daniel Parente, Adam Drake, Ivan Moreno, Dakota Fan, Walker Spinrat, Chase Lemieux, Lee Setzer, Adrian Parente, Joey Berdon, Fenster, Savoya, Jermaine Robinson, Brandon Rose, Oil Can, no idea who that is, Spencer Hackett, Marco Barufalo, Pancho Lopez, Aiden Horn, they didn't start. That is a stacked E-Truggy field. Holy smokes. That's stacked. I don't think you'll ever see another E-Truggy. I don't think you're going to see an E-Truggy. Wow, Silver State. My buddy and I were talking about this because I was like, I think Dave should have a pro E-Truggy class too because it's getting big. But there's a benefit for running E-Truggy at DNC and Silver State races. You get to go on the track on that Sunday and run. That's right. So you get to know what that track feels like a little bit. And at some of these other races, you don't get that. That's because of DNC's unique way that they do it. Thursday, the separated days for running the classes. Pretty cool. But that's a stacked class. Darnell. I don't even think you'll see it at Silver State. Are the Europeans going to turn around and come back next month? I think the main guys will. I think you'll see like Canas, Joao Figueiredo, Battier, Burak. They'll come back. Unlike you guys, they like to travel. They come over. Their season started. Unlike the American pros, but the American pros have a shit ton of races already to get through in their time. But that's a stacked class. Mayfield out front, not surprised there. I tell you guys over and over, Techno has the best Truggies out there, period. They're fast. They're fuck. I already did that. So, Robert, I know this is the DNC Live, but I'd like to hear your thoughts on the Raw combining E-Buggy and Nitro Nationals for another podcast. I already did that. I did that on show 309. That dropped on Tuesday. Okay, let's go to Pro E-Buggy. So Pro E-Buggy, we have Madman Marco Barufalo. Max picked Marco as a dark horse, and Marco in that Kyosho, I think he's going to do good. Marco out front, followed by Ryan Mayfield, Wiggins, Sontag. I am surprised at that. Juan Carlos Canas, he won this last year. Caden Fuller, FCJ, Frankie Contreras having some good run. The Fish, Jonah Wilson, and that Sparkly Sparko, my Portuguese mate, Joao Figueiredo, Camden Lime, Ryan Lutz. I expected Ryan Lutz to be up a little. This is best consecutive, by the way, 3 best consecutive. Elliot Boots, Arredondo, Fuller, Mason Fuller in 14th, Brandon Rose, Ricardo Berton, Joey Berdon, Dakota Fenn. Ooh, Dakota Fenn. Shaky E-Buggy run. He had a 157. Spencer Rifkin, Jimmy Fishback, Adam Drake, Robert Battier, Daniel Parente, Savoya, Steve Harris, Aiden Horn, Lee Setzer, Pecco. Wow. Okay. So we got 46 guys there. So I'm a little bit surprised to see Marco top seed there, but I didn't expect it. But he's a good driver. He's won Silver State. Why couldn't he? He's been in plenty of DNC finals. I remember that year that the whole throat punch issue came up. This was freaking Barufalo was so fast. He's just driving so he's like full open, like what? And he shook Mayfield that weekend. That's what happened. And that's where the whole throat punch came through. But all right, let's see. So Pro E-Buggy. Let's look at Nitro Truck. Ooh, E-Truggy's killing Nitro Truck. Seth freaking Van Dalen. No surprise there. Daniel Parente, the older Parente brother. I believe he's running Techno. So got a good truck. Mayfield. Techno. Look, Seth Van Dalen, Daniel Parente, Ryan Mayfield, Joao Figueiredo, Jared Tebow, Spencer Hackett. Top 6. Tell me that truck ain't good. Right? Jared Tebow? I think Jared Tebow could win Truggy. I really do. I think he could win Truggy. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. That's all good. He's good at Truggy, and he's good at Truck's good. Rivkin is in 7th. Fuller, Mason. Oh, I will go to the 40+ class. Walker Spinrad, Jonah Wilson, Tyler Fenster, Caden Fuller, Carlos Arundel, Cole Ogden had a good run. You never know. Cole might sneak up into the final too. And Chase Lemieux, Jared Wiggins, Ryan Lutz, Frankie Contreras, Dakota Fenn, 22nd. Oof. That's not the seeding that he's going to have. So that was seeding round. They didn't get to Pro Nitro Buggy. I don't know what they're going to do for that. They'll probably just, I guess, I don't know, probably just seed it manually, I guess. They would, put people in their right heats, I guess. They're pros. They can do it. Then it's top intermediate guys. You know what? Let's have a look at intermediate e-buggy. Because, man, I'll tell you what. At this race, intermediate is freaking stacked. Sean Miller, Trevor Olins, Cole Jensen, Adrian Ramos. So that's 4 SoCal guys. Dylan Bartlett from the Pacific Northwest. I think Catano McNeil, he's from the SoCal as well. Brendan Bartlett, Iago de la Iglesia, Mexico, Spain. AJ Rodriguez, Dustin Gossett. How many intermediate racers are there? Ooh, 60, only 60. Let me see. I'm just curious because Sportsman e-buggy is the biggest class at all race time events. Let's see how many we got here. What? There's only like 42 entries of Sportsman e-buggy. Well, you know what? Nitro has always been more popular at these races. Always been more popular. Always be more popular. So, okay, let's go look at 40+ Nitro buggy. JQ? Can JQ live his boyhood dream and become 40+ champion at DNC? We shall find out. He's off to a good start. Paul Ciccarello, Richard Saxon, Mike Truey, Greg Degani in 5th. So 40+ is a fun race to watch. You guys don't sleep on that. Don't sleep on that. Okay. So let me have another quick look and see if I see any surprises here. Any surprises in... Oh, man. Like when you're based off Nitro Buggy, it just doesn't get the juices flowing as much as possible. Kevin Mendez, I have no idea what time they start tomorrow. Nobody knows because they're not starting till late because it's raining and it's going to rain tomorrow morning. So nobody knows. They'll probably have the live feed up, but I doubt anybody will be talking. I assume in the afternoon, late after 12, nobody knows. I'm not there. I'm telling you, man, getting information from people was like pulling teeth. Everybody's super excited, not paying attention. You know what? It's time for my beer. Of course, I hope it doesn't explode on me. Ooh, it didn't. Yeah. Cheers, everybody. Here's to the DNC warm-up race. Live show, sorry. That's good. That's good. Sean Griffin. 25 DNC is stacked with top drivers every year, dude. It's stacked. Every year. That's why I love this race. It was super cool to see these guys run today. You ain't even seen real speed yet, dude. Wait till they start racing. Then you're gonna see real speed. Real speed. Pro e-buggy. And Marco Barufalo surprised me here. Taylor Sontag surprised me too. Caden Fuller, I would say, surprised me. Shouldn't, but he did. Ryan Lutz not doing too well. And of course, Fenn Dom. But these guys are going to climb the ladder. Well, excuse me. They're going to climb the ladder. That's not a problem. The cream always rises to the top. Sam Arsenal, Silver Bullet. That's right. And you know what? We're taking super chats. I guess I got to go get the electrician to get the inverter power sent over to this side, not just the other parts of the house. We got to get that part figured out. Got to call the electrician. So when the electricity goes off, the inverter keeps this side going. I feel weird not having my hat on. Hold on. There we go. So I would say that's what surprised me the most. Her Seth Van Dalen 236. Ooh, not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. I'm just looking. Coming in line, 10th. Not bad. Let's go look at Pro Nitro Truck again. I just want to see if there's any other surprises. Seth Van Dalen, not surprised there. Parente, second. I'm not very much surprised, to be honest. I'm not. Walker's been rad. Walker's really good at these type of races. Tyler Fencer had a good run, 11th. Sean, but is the track going to be ready? That's what I want to know. Because it's supposed to rain in the morning, and I gotta drain it. You're there, dude? Shoot me a message, because like nobody's fucking talking to me today, especially that salty guy, Salty Joe. But they've been busy. They've been busy. All right. So I mean, I think that's all that we have to talk about her. We kind of extensively went over why we think guys would do good in the show 310 that dropped today. And I made my pick. My pick was actually, I picked JC3, Fend, Ronnefalk to win Nitro Buggy. I think I had Ronnefalk in, let me see. My Nitro Buggy was JC3, Fend, Ronnefalk. So who should I change my pick to? That's going to be the question. This is going to be a hard thing to do, because like I logically want to just throw the easy answer and say Mayfield, right? So, but I don't think so. Not with Bootster. I really want to see somebody like a Fuller get up there. You know what, Lefty? You put your faith in the Iceman. We're going for Mason Fuller in third. That's what we're going to do. Mason Fuller. Let me change that right now. Hopefully, I pick him for third and he wins. So, Lefty. Mason Fuller. I've had some doubts about Fuller lately. I voiced them on the show 310. I've had some doubts about Fuller. Engine program. Not too happy with that right now. Too many flameouts I'm seeing him have lately. So I picked Mason Fuller, the Iceman. All right, so we have a few. Let's take some questions. Super chat questions will get answered right away and spend lots of time with, because I only bought one beer today and I obviously need more. BJ Williams, Mason Fuller is definitely due a big win. I don't think he's due a big win. I think he has to get a big win this year. I think he has to happen this year. For him, for everything. I think once he gets that win, I'm hoping that the flood doors open, but we shall see. Have you guys got questions? Let's go. We're gonna have Q&A, and or let us know. What do you think about this? I'm not worried about Dakota Fend either in those positions right now. I don't think he it was like at the Worlds. It's just seeding practice. I think they're gonna get 2 rounds. They may get 2 rounds of qualifying. I don't know. Where's Sean? He was telling us earlier. Sean, let us know if they're gonna. What's the plan? If they're gonna get qualifiers what qualifiers they're gonna get to use tomorrow. So I don't actually. I actually. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I logically wanted to pick Mayfield or Boots. I think Boots could win this. I think Mayfield could win it too. I know Fuller could win it, but he's just got to go do it. But he said, I honestly believe Elliott Boots has a higher chance of at least podium. JC3, I believe, is the same. I'd be happy for Lots too. I would be happy if Lots won or podium this. David Cruz, what engine does Fuller use? Nova? Nope, Reds. Jonathan Hilton, how comfortable do you think Fend will be if his X-ray kits? I mean, he looked really comfortable at SIC. Really, really comfortable. He ran out to the dirt. I think he won that NSX race, but he does not have a DNC win. Nitro buggy win. So I think he'd be all right. Boost is life. Prediction for brand with most cars in demand. Techno. KR Racing Chemo. What about Killick? So we talked about this, Max and I. You guys are going to have to really go watch show 310 tomorrow to see how in-depth we go on this. But I think Killick can definitely make a top 3. I think Killick can do a top 5, but I also think Killick cannot be in the final. I don't think either of them were in the finals at Silver State. This is going to be a rough track with very weird changing conditions that they're not used. That I don't know if they're going to be used to. That he's going to be used to. But Borok's a good driver. I already have my doubts. My doubts are his engine, and I'm going to be straight up with you. I'm sorry to all you Nova guys out there that like him. My doubts is the Nova engine right now. I'm sure he'll be fine, but I have doubts. That's all I'm saying. Fend will be a big problem with his ultimate and X-ray. Absolutely, he will be. He was third last year on the TLR. Augie 2, what's up? Thank you for the 499 pesos, Filipino pesos. That's like $10. That's because they're the same rate as the DR. Thank you, Augie. Man, I wish I was coming to the Philippine Masters in May, but I cannot. Yes, I know tomorrow is Nitro Truck and electric buggy qualifying, but I don't know how many qualifiers they're looking to do. Are they going to be able to do 2? Or are they going to be able to do 1? It depends what time they start, but it's going to be a late night. Thank you, Augie. I greatly appreciate you giving a super chat. All right, guys, let's go. Let's get some questions. I don't know, some statements. You know what I will say, though? I know it rained this morning, and there wasn't nothing really going on, but it seems like there's not a lot of hype around DNC this year. So I went online. Sorry. Sean Griffin says, weather says rain should stop at 6 a.m., but you never know. Okay. So if it stops at 6, they'll be on the track before 12. If it doesn't rain anymore, that track will drain. They'll get that track drained. It'll dry out enough. It's going to be muddy. It's going to be shitty for everybody getting on there first, but they'll get on there. They'll be on there before 12. If it doesn't rain past 6, because they'll be up there early. They'll skim all that stuff off. And it also depends how hard it rains tonight. But, everything's already flooded. So it's already going to be flooded. Oh, I lost track of what I was saying. I said I just feel like, so I'm looking for like anything today. I can't find, I was going to the supermarket. I was busy. I couldn't find no videos on my feed. Nothing. I was going nuts this afternoon. I was like, I want to see some damn cars going around this damn track. Couldn't find nothing. I was very upset. Then I found J Concepts page, and I was like, whoo. They have some good video up there. There's pictures and all that stuff. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. But I guess people were just frantic. Once they said, let's go, people just, I don't know. I know exactly where I'd be. There's the timing booth. There's a corner right up there it's the best spot to go film from. I used to go up there in that spot. Because look, I'm getting up to the Film Pro guys, because that's what people want to see, right? But for my YouTube channel. So let's say pro class is coming up. I'm getting up there in the middle of intermediate and standing in that corner till the pro guys come up. That's how early you have to go up there and wait. It'd be me and Hannah Hartson up there. I'll be like, all right, Hannah, you can have the corner for now. I wait. Oh, all right. Nuclear Crypto. There's only 253 drivers. I already talked about that. It is the lowest. So DNC has gone down. I'll let you know right now, as a matter of fact. Let's go look at it right now. Results. We're not gonna open up the can of worms, but so of this again. So 2020 DNC had 600 entries of 243 people. 2019 at 285, 255. The first year I went, 2018 was 306 and 728 entries, 306 people. So we had COVID. We did have DNC. We did DNC happened and COVID hit like 2 weeks after that. I don't know. I was there. I'm surprised I didn't get it. They got back going in 2021. They went to Thunder Alley, 288 people, 681. Then 2022 was the big 972 entry, 380 people race. Then it kind of just went on. The next year was 800, 286. 2024, 757, 265, 708, 253. I already weather and all this type of stuff. Time to go. Hunter King's here. Hi, Hunter. TLR's #1 driver. Matt Adams. There are a bunch of random videos when I was around lunchtime. I didn't see anything. I was looking. When I'm looking for video for myself, I'm looking for driver stand or up high position of somebody going around the track so I can see the track. Because that's what I look at. Not just somebody going around a corner. That's fun. I like that type of stuff. That's good to get the average person into RC and all that stuff. But I'm an RC nerd. I want to see cars going around the track. Not from a upper, like a driver stand position. And the only ones that I saw from that were J Concepts so far. What's up, Dennis Curley? How are you? David Cruz. Weather? We look, money. Some people don't want to. People want to go to guaranteed races. I think that's what it is. On the roofs, that's where people want to go because you got a guaranteed race. What's up, Aaron Placer? What's up, Steve Oyston? That's what I think it comes on to, weather and what you're going to spend your money on. It's not cheap to go to DNC. It's expensive. One of the reasons I didn't go this year. So you may ask, why didn't Lefty go to DNC this year? I flirted with it. I was like, yeah, I want to go. But I have no pictures of the track nuclear. I'm sorry. Nobody has any. I don't have any pictures. If somebody has any pictures of what the track looks like now, let me know and I'll put them up. But I don't have any of the pictures. Nuclear's acting. Are there any recent pics of the track of how flooded it is? I don't know. When I saw it this afternoon, I was watching it. It was like a light sprinkle and it wasn't flooded, but it had a little bit of puddles on there. It's not going to get super. It'll get flooded, but they can pump it all off. It's not about that. Techno has been posting videos. I didn't see any. I was busy. I was in the supermarket buying groceries. And still reeling that Rona Falk didn't make it to the DNC. Damn. All right. So anything else? Anything else you guys want to talk about? What about you guys? Who do you think is going to do well at this race? Do you think JC3 can win 3 American races in just over a year? He would be the first ever European to do that. Imagine if JC3 wins DNC this year. He's won DNC, Silver State, AMS. Now he needs to come PNB, win that. Wicked Weekend, win that. He's won all of the major races in the USA besides the Nationals. SIC too. He needs to come to SIC. And when I mean major races, the major races in the USA are probably SIC. Listen to me, people. When I say major races, where all the top pros go and possibly you will see international racers come race. I know there was a big TNR race and other races with big entry numbers. I'm talking about major prestigious races that have contingency payouts for these drivers. JC, you have SIC, DNC, PNB, Silver State, Nationals, Wicked Weekend, AMS. That's the big races in USA, in the world of RC on 8 scale racing. All right, let's see. Daniel Bernoul. I think the average intermediate racer non-Cali can realistically only attend 1, maybe 2 if they're balling big races a year. DNC is not one of them because of weather. Absolutely. You know, it costs a lot of money to go there. California's not cheap. That's why I think we didn't see a lot of the racers going out there like the Thursday and doing the whole weekend prior to DNC, where they would go Thursday, go to Revelation, but they can't go to Thunder Alley because it's not working. But go to these tracks, go to Channel Islands. There would be a hot race or a race that weekend that they will go to. None of that this year. None of that. Well, also California's raced out. They had the NSX race, they had that TNR race, and then a lot of guys went over to California. Sorry, not California. It started back in 2024 with the US Open in December. Then they went to the NSX race. Then all the top guys had to come to the SIC race. The NSX race was at the Dirt, TNR race, FTC race. So the West Coast guys have been on a busy schedule as well. Steve Oyston asks, are you coming to Oz for the 10 scale routes? Looks highly unlikely, unfortunately. Hunter King, Mother Nature guaranteeing California has extreme amount of rain right when it's time for DNC. Every year, dude. Every year. Oh, Marquis says, Brandon Rose put up a video. Let me go try and find that. Or one of you guys can go find it. I'm going to go have a look really quick here. Excuse me, I'm a man and I can't do 2 things at once. I need to get Brandon Rose on this podcast. I keep freaking telling him I'm going to do it, and I don't know why I haven't done it. Okay, yeah, I just see his video. It's not that bad. From an hour ago. Yeah, it's not that bad. If it doesn't rain really hard all night long, I think they'll be all right. All right. Hi, Corin comment. DJ says, a few guys went to Palm Desert for DNC prep. Yes, but they went Monday. They used to come Thursday, or they'll be you land Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at the track. Sunday cleanup. That's all it used to be. Sean Griffin, the track did look bad when I left. But when I left at 3:30, but it's raining. It's been raining constantly. Didn't look bad. Yeah, it doesn't look that bad, but we'll see. What's up, Charlie Mac? The boys have done 1 race time and 1 dirt event this year. Everything else is region to support the other area tracks having fun. That too. Charlie Mac, don't go. Oh, I almost forgot about you. We gotta, you have to acknowledge my OG Truggy status. CL offered, we need the Southern Nationals to come back. If we can do the Southern Nationals with the guy who built the track every year, great. But where are you going to put it? What date you going to put it in? Hard. I love the Southern Nationals. It was awesome. Sam Arsenal, Cav, top 10 in higher classes. He ran pretty well at TNR race. I don't think so, buddy. I think if Cav makes the main in the pro nitro buggy, that's a win. I hope I'm wrong. TNR race did not have the level of competition that this race does. I don't think you understand the names we're talking about here. We're talking about guys. I'm just going to have a sip here. You guys just don't understand how fast these guys push each other once they get together, especially when the Europeans and the Americans get together. It is a battle every time they hit the track. I'm telling you. Too many races make them all for the pro guys. The manufacturers have to spread the teams out too much. There's a big race somewhere about every weekend in the US. I don't understand that too many races make them all for the pro guys. I don't understand that part. Maybe you can maybe you can explain that. Oh, sorry. Too many races to make them all. Okay, sorry. I had to reread that. I apologize. Too many races to make them all. For the pro guys, the manufacturers have to spread them out. There's a big race somewhere about every weekend in the US, right? You are absolutely right. You're absolutely correct. I would not want to be in charge with putting on a race right now. Excuse me. That's when people say Raw needs to do a national series. It's impossible. Yes, Alan Placer and Nitro Truck. Best Truggies out there. Techno went 1 through 6. Fucking badass. Absolutely. Too many races out there for these guys. What are you guys' thoughts on Ronnefalk not being there? Dude, I'm still shocked at that. What's up, home of the hustle? Frank Sell, how you doing, man? Got the Get Shit Done coffee. Thank you for the package you sent me the other day. I haven't even opened it yet. I know my wife really likes the cold coffee. I love the hot coffee, so I let her drink this mostly. Darnell DeBrew. I'd love to read Lefty's RC manifesto when he writes it one day. Kevin Caston, what's considered a big race now? What is considered a big race? Do we consider it off entry count? Physically, that's a big race. It had 350 people, 700 entries. That's a big race. But is it a big race? Did it have 15 to 20 of the world's best 1/8 scale racers in the world coming to it? Because that's what the prestige comes from. But it's still a big race. It's a big race it was still a big race physically with lots of people, but not as big prestigiously. Does that make sense? It's like what makes Supercross and motocross and NASCAR and F1 big races, the fucking superstars, in my opinion. I mean, they're all big races, but you get what I'm saying. I don't go to Supercross to watch the fucking guys who didn't make the race, didn't make Saturday final. We don't see those guys. There's guys like that too. It's okay. It's okay. We have pro drivers. We can use them in a professional way to promote our industry and showcase sports, our sport. We can do that. I know a lot of people don't like that, but that's the truth. Kevin, I just said that. Look, so TNR had a bunch of entries, but no coverage. So is that a big race? I said physically, it's a big race. I just explained the whole thing to you. Listen, man. It had no coverage. Me and Max got in a heated argument about that. You know what would make the TNR have coverage next year? For sure, if all the top guys went to race there. But they wouldn't, because it's just in a jam-packed freaking season. Like the first quarter of this year has been packed with races. But I had no coverage. They'll have coverage next year, though, I bet. That was a big stink. I don't know. Coverage is important. And you know why coverage is important, David Cruz? Because that's what these big races give back to the RC community and RC sport. That's why we need to utilize them the best to promote our hobby. That's what's important. And that's what these big races do. Now, one day we released a rant that me and Max had. We ain't ready for the next step yet. We're getting there, though. We're getting there in the industry. The next step is when we realize that we have to cater to the pros, cater to the pros in a way to promote the sport. And what I mean by that is probably some races are doing it now, where the pro classes are, at a good time for everybody around the world to watch it. That's great. That's a good step. We still need to go further, and that's for all races, not just this one. But coverage is important for the growth of the hobby. Frank says, I did get to meet JQ, so that's a big deal. He's a tall dude, isn't he? Most people, when they meet JQ, are surprised how tall he is. He is actually very tall. And he likes the coffee, so that's good. Just Joe says, Max could use a slap. Yeah, one day. Trust me, I've come close to slapping him. Where are my GI Joes? My GI Joes are in containers. Believe it or not, I still have not got my apartment fixed up yet to how I want it, my studio and all that stuff. My point is that everyone is considering big for every race. It seems like maybe if the pros pick one race a month, they all go to. They don't need to go to one race a month, though. They do go to the races that are big. The problem is, I think people don't realize that this is a job. Now, why am I not at DNC? Because I needed some time to get my apartment straight. I have a lot of work to do here virtually. I would have loved to have gone to DNC. But I said, you know what, Keenan? Instead of trying to go out and get sponsorship money to go to that race and do some coverage and, go out there, because really it's going to be like 7 days. Go out there for 7 days, come back, recover for 2 or 3 days, and then get back on the horse. That's 10 days I lose of doing work. That's why 10 days of not being around my kids, 10 days of not getting my apartment, my studio up to how I want it. So I had to make a decision and just stay home. And that's why I'm staying home for the next 3 months. So these racers, they go to races every month pretty much. But they also have to have a weekend or two in that time, in that month, or in that time to be with their family and to be with their friends. Just like you, like as a worker, who most people have weekends off, unless you have shift work, you don't. They have to have time for that too. So to say, I do agree with you. The manufacturers should pick the races they should go to. So they have picked them. They say SIC, there's races that I said, there's big races. Now, if they want to pick everybody to go to other races, that's fine too. But then they got 10 scale they got to do. Then they got to be home. Some of these guys have families, man. They got to be home. They got to be home one weekend. This is a job. When I go to a race, I'm not there racing. I'm not there having fun. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I am definitely having fun, but I'm not having fun racing. Sitting in the pits, talking shit with my friends, doing that type of stuff. I'm getting there because I have a job to do. I still enjoy myself. But some weekends, I want to be home, not doing any RC stuff. And that's those guys too. That's why when a lot of people say, these guys should come club race with us. Man, would you go to your job on your day off? No. And I think if people start to realize this about these pro guys, that they're actually human, they have a job, they have a fucking cool job. They got to race RC cars and travel around the world, and they get paid to do that shit. That's awesome, but it's still a fucking job. And there's a time when you want to go hang out with your wife and your kids. And once you guys realize that, you'll understand. These guys are going to that track. It's like you going to your job every day. It just happens that their job's on the weekend, and then they spend that week prior to that getting ready for that. And then they have to deal with it. Yeah, I'm not going to say they work as hard as somebody out there doing construction or any of that type of stuff. And they're not guaranteed. They're not out here making millions. They're not doing none of that stuff. So when you look at it like that, you'll understand it. You'll understand why that guy isn't club racing Wednesday, because fuck, his daughter's got a rehearsal. Do you know how much stuff I missed from my... So the other day, my daughter had to do it was Independence Day here in the DR, right? So my little daughter's very outgoing. Her and her class have been practicing the school thing all this time. That was probably one of the first times in a long time I've been able to go see my daughter do something like that. So think about that. The problem is RC is such a participation hobby / sport. We can't get out of our enjoyment. So we're there for that weekend. This is us. This is us. Like, we're having so much fun. We saved up our money. We're doing this. We're gonna do this. You know, that's you get what I'm saying? Everybody's excited. You've been planning this since last year. You go to that race, you're there to have fun. That's awesome. I love that. I have that same feeling, but it's not. I can't just say, all right, I can't just say I'm not gonna go, or when I'm sick, I'm still gotta do this. You know, it's hard, man. It's hard. When these guys are sick, you think they want to be at the track? They're sick. You think when their kids are having a birthday and they're at a race, they're not thinking about that? Yeah, all that stuff. So I think as a average RCer, if you can understand that, and you know what? I didn't understand that till I worked in the industry. I was like, man, you guys get to travel all the time, man. That stuff wears on you. That stuff wears on you to travel. That's part of the job, but it wears on you. It just so happens that their job takes place on the weekend. But their job also takes place in the that is a part of life. It's having a job. But see, this is me and Kevin always get in arguments. We get in this argument all the time. Isn't that a part of life, having a job? That means you're going to miss stuff in your child's life. It's part of being an adult and supporting your family. Yes. If you have a job that you work, so if you have a job that works shift work and you work shift work, that's your choice. But you have a job where even in shift work, you have a weekend off once a month. We are human. We have personal lives. And these guys aren't just working on the weekend. They're working prior to that weekend. Think about it. You go to this race. You go to DNC. You're at DNC. You get there Tuesday. Tuesday, you leave Monday. Get home. No. Even a better scenario. Hold on, gotta hit my pipe. Fending on them guys who just said that's a classic. He literally just spent two weeks away from home. He's spending 2 weeks away from home. 2 weeks away from home with his pregnant wife. Not everybody has to do that. So yeah, you can, like, it's different. You work a regular job, 9 to 5. You go home and see your family every day. These guys are away from their families. They're away, like, not just around the corner, away thousands of miles sometimes. It's different, man. But if you haven't done it, you don't know what it's like. Just Joe, weekend off, just a month. Man, sometimes you don't take them weekends off and you get paid good doing shift work. When I was a prison officer, shit, you had to give away. Tell a chef he gets a weekend off once a month. I agree with you, but you get time off. You get a weekend off once in a while. Everybody has their pluses and negatives. I just think you guys have to understand that it's still a job at the end of the day. These guys aren't there for yes, they're having fun and all that type of stuff. It's exactly. Rimfire says it exactly right. Pro athlete sports definitely sacrifice a lot. RC is no different except last pay. And no, you can get killed doing RC stuff. All right, let's move on from that. What's up, Tony? Are you at DNC? How you doing? Clinic RC. Here's your hat. Next to my Coca-Cola RC gas boat. All right, Donald DeBrew. To your point, when the hobby is ready to shift from having fun to competing, I think that's when things will go to the next level. Touchy subject in this hobby. You mean going from bashing to competing? Or what? We're all competing. If we're racing, we're competing. I don't understand that. Corbett Smith, I have traveled for work my whole life. You are 100% spot on. Unless you do it yourself for a period of time, hard to truly understand. Absolutely. I went away for a whole year. I came back. My son didn't know who I was. Oh, so you didn't do You did not go to Clinic RC. Kevin Cass says, hey, I don't walk around with a beer at my job like I see Mayfield doing all the time. That's perks of that job. That is a perk of that job. You know what? I have a beer while I'm on the job too. So don't be mad because he has a beer on the job and he has to do RC cars for a living and he should just do it every weekend because you think he should. And he can't have a beer. Don't be mad because you can't do that on your job. He just fucking happens to be incredibly talented in a sport where he can have a beer and do that. See, that's where the hate comes out. That's hate. That's just being a hater. That's just hating that you can't do that. That's my thought on that. If I had a regular job, I couldn't walk around drinking a beer either. But that's the key. This isn't a regular job. But it's still a job. Well, I am employee of the year because I'm the only employee. Oh, Max is an employee in it. Oh, yeah. Clinic says too much new stuff around the corner. I believe so. Most racers say it's only toy cars or have fun. I think if you're intermediate or higher, it's about the competition. I'm not racing to have fun. I want to win. You know what, Darnell? People call it toy cars when they lose. When they win, they're sophisticated RC machines. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to win. Even if you're in the C-Man, you want to try and win. That's why we race. That's what we're doing. We're racing RC cars. We're not, hey, look at my car. It's so awesome. We're racing. Let's take that car and go race. We're going to compete. What up, Garrett? There we go. See, I'll offer it. Don't need to preach at me. I've been deployed a few times. Yeah. All right. Matt Atkins, since the first of the year, this is the races that I've been to. Clash of Champions, 10 scale, TNR race, NSR. No. Well, yeah, you got SIC, TNR race, NSXR race, SIC, INS, Desert Classic, Motorama. Yeah, you're missing a few. Brandon Schumann was at BCDs. He's not at this race. Yeah, exactly. Banner, it's like complaining that someone earns more money than you do. So what? Mayfield can have a beer while doing his job. He's for fucking RC car driver at a track where everybody's drinking beer. I'm not going to drink a beer while I'm fucking driving on the road, a truck, or while I'm, doing something like that. It's different. It's a different sports. People do porn and get paid to have sex. I don't hate on them. That's what they do. That's their job. That's part of their job. Beer on a job is a sweet perk. That's what happens when you work for yourself. But you know what? That's a positive. The negative is what happens when you don't win and you don't get those results. Then you got to worry about getting sponsors at the end of the year. But that job that you don't drink on, you got a job at the end of the year if you do your job good enough. So that was a bad one, Kevin. That was low. FTC, get gooder. And so what? I can see my family weekend. Missing all the family stuff, just part of the job. There's pluses and negatives. And he can see his family on the weekend that he chooses not to race. And he's earned that. Let's see what else we got going on her. We've been going for an hour and 45 minutes. Don't worry, me and Kevin get into some epic debates on Facebook Messenger. I haven't had time lately. Imagine having to make sacrifices. That's how life goes. It's just, I think that if you can do what you love for a living, you don't really, they say if you think you can do what you love, you don't work. That's not right. You still work. I love this shit. It may not be and these guys love this stuff too, right? That's why they do it. That's what it comes down to. All right, let's go. Fuck this. Let's get back onto DNC stuff. Man, I was really hoping, man. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. I didn't even factor in rain. I probably should have done this tomorrow. But none of you guys have been watching because you've all been watching qualifying. Damn it. That's why I didn't do it. Corbin, this is funny. I work for myself too. My boss is a major asshole. I am an asshole to myself. You probably make more money than him too, Kevin Castle. But you live in California. It's expensive there. But you get to go to Hot Rods and race. Yeah, man. Like, it's so weird. I remember going out to DNC and going to like Tuesday night nationals at Hot Rods. It's crazy. Benno says, we're waiting for a cyclone to hit us tomorrow. Where are you, dude? Okay, any more questions, guys? Anything else you want to talk about? How about young guns? You think any of these young guys going to do good? Brandon Rose would like to get a win. How about Rifkin? Oh, yes. Is Charlie Mack in this? I love you too, Kevin. But we will see eye to eye on many things, but on that one, on other things, we won't. Oh, you're in Brisbane, Australia. All right. It is what? Oh, in the morning there. JV, what's up, buddy? Ultimate Engines 11-minute tank FTW this weekend. Yeah, that Dakota Fen engine, dude. That Dakota Fen engine. I should bring up that picture. Let me go find it. I forgot all about that because it's time for Charlie Mack to just acknowledge my OG Truggy status. Acknowledge my OG Truggy status. Hold on. Why is my live show not on my Facebook? How could that even be possible? I could have sworn I shared it. Man, Facebook's been going crazy for me all day. I told you, since I found Ronnefalk where I'm going, I've been frazzled. There we go. Oh, I did share it. I just shared it again. Facebook acting up. Oh, no. Oh. He's here. Hold on. No. So I told Charlie Mack at SIC, I was Truggy when we was converting these things from buggies to Truggies, right? We'll get back to DNC. I just want to get this straight and then, get Charlie Mack under control. And just, he's the Trugganheer. I agree with him. He is definitely Trugganheer, but I'm OG Truggy. And there we go. And that's late in the Truggy game for me. So if you can see this picture, this is at the 2005 RC Pro Series at the Farm 2 in Charlotte, North Carolina. This was the host track of the 2008 World Championships. This track belonged to Lance Nork. Awesome dude. That's actually Lance's prototype jamming Truggy right here. So this race was in March of 2005. There's my Truggy right there. Yellow and pink. I made the A final. I think this is Tony Patashaw's Truggy, and he was running. So you see those tires right there? Can you see? Maybe I have to do it on the actual Facebook thing. If you see these, so this is Lance Norrick's truck, this white Offner truck right here. That's my truck, the yellow and pink, right behind him. This is Tony Patashaw's truck, I think, and those are actually low-profile Panther Komodo 2 Truggy tires. They were just a little bit bigger and wider than buggy tires, but they were big enough to be considered truck tires. You have 40 series tires right here. I remember Proline was making them. I think this is a Lightning. No, this is a native racing kit because I can see that might be Jim Smalley's car. So I had a MBX5 with a native racing kit. This had aluminum arms front and back. And you know what happened to me that race? I forgot to tighten up my pillow balls, and my pillow balls came loose because they have so the pillow balls screw into aluminum, and then it had an aluminum sleeve that you screwed into for the top part. Let me bring this off. So it was like aluminum sleeve that extended the pillow ball, and I forgot to lock the nuts. So I got into like the fifth lap. So I got a good start, and then I was like, "Oh man, what happened?" And then I came and like all my pillow balls was loose. So Charlie Mack, acknowledge me, OG Truggy right here. Okay, acknowledge me. All right. Truggy card revoked. All right, let's go to some questions. Thank you, Alicio. Dennis Curley, who was the fastest driver today? Well, in E-Bug, it was Marco Barufalo, and Nitro Truggy, it was Ryan Mayfield. And in E-Truggy, it was Mayfield. They didn't get to Buggy, Nitro Buggy. I'm a Truggyist. I don't care what body they're on. I don't care. I know you got a Truggy left. The answer is does it have a Bruggy or Trug? It has a Bruggy body, and it's going to stay with a Bruggy body because I got one painted. Wow, they got one painted for me. Hey, did you know? Yes, I did know that Degani took the car he wanted the Worlds. No. He did not take the car that he wanted the Worlds. He sold it to Jay Smoker, and Jay Smoker turned it into a Truggy. Yeah, Greg Degani sold his Worlds car. Clinic. Let's go back to the Inferno ST late 90s. I remember that too. That was an actual truck. That was badass. My buddy had one of them. I literally lost my balls. What about my ball? What up, Lance? Up there in New York. How you doing? Doing some carpet Unreal Nationals up there. Good luck to you guys. JV, that's right, head of the table. I don't want to be the head of the table. That's Trugganheer. He can be head of the table. I just wanted to acknowledge my OG Truggy status. Rock and Coop, never. Rock and Coop goes, when is DNC going to add gas truck back? Never. Guys, I love gas truck. See my Mugen right there? It's never gonna come back. You're never gonna see it at these big races. It might come back as it's exhibition class one day. You're never gonna see it at these big races. Land says Toyota has been an expensive day. For who? You need more companies making production cars that can handle today's conditions. The Ignite series, the Ignite ignition kits are great. I still haven't finished mine, but they're great, and they bring the new quality. But the companies are just not going to make them, and they're hard to drive. People want. As much as I love Nitro, I don't see any more Nitro classes ever happening. As a matter of fact, I think Nitro Truggy is dying a slow death. And it's being caused by e-buggy. Lance said it's been a tough day for me. I'm sorry to hear that, Lance. The death of Nitro Truggy is being brought on by e-Truggy. Because Truggy was a filler class, a side class. I'm just being truthful. Charlie Mack. See, in order to see the problem, you have to first admit that there's a problem, Charlie Mack. So here's my thoughts on this. E-Truggy is killing Nitro Truggy. Simple, plain and simple. Rock and Coop, no, it's going to be So Truggy was the filler class. Now we have E-Buggy. Now we have E-Truggy. You have Truggy too. And Truggy's not hard, but you still gotta tune the engine. You still gotta fart around for clutch, bearings, and all that stuff. So the filler class goes to the easier class. And what is the easiest class out there? Plug and play E-Truggy. Plug and play E-Truggy. So Nitro Truggy is not running strong. The numbers are telling us no. On a big stage, maybe locally, even locally, it's not that big. It's just not. Like, how many club races do you see Nitro Truggy? E-Truggy, dude. E-Truggy. Danny, I need my hat. I was sweating that. Oh, Danny Pass. Now you know me. I've been messaging you today. You don't answer nobody. You're just like Salty Joe. I don't know. Danny Pass, hide your comment. Insulting me over there. I heard all about it. What's up, Danny Paz? Standing up on your perch, Lord Danny Paz. Can you imagine trying to drive a gas truck around DNC? I was at the last Silver State gas truck. It was sad. We all knew it was over. That was the Boulder City one, right? They had a couple of more. Dude, I watched them gas trucks go around Boulder City track that year, and I was like, no, wow, incredible. Rock and Coupe. This is the only race you're going to see that. I see more Nitro Truck entrants than Truggy, only at DNC and Silver State. At the rest of the races, E-Truggy will trump them. Literally, there'll be more E-Truggies. It'll be one class, it'll be two classes, but it'll be more. Yeah, LCRC had 50 truck snatchers since Hooked Up Racing. That's great. But E-Truggy is coming for you guys. People in my area fear Nitro. We are slowly chipping away and getting new drivers. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. I get it. I like E-Truggy. I love Nitro. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But you just can't. When you're doing these races, you can't. E-Truggy, plug and play. CL offer. Remember, the hobby has a lot to offer new guys in it. Of course, they want electric, but eventually the challenge of Nitro will start to interest them, as it always does. Exactly. E-Buggy, E-Truggy are the gateway. The gateway into Nitro. Alex Cummings. What's up, good buddy? How can we make RC better for spectators, broadcast and in person? So, that's a great question. Here's how we can make RC better. In person, we would need to promote it. One, we have to promote the pro guys. Simple as that. We have to promote the pro guys because they're the superstars. They're the best. We want to put our best foot forward. So let's just get that out of her right now. We're talking about pro guys. We're only talking about pro guys. So you have to, number one, it starts with the manufacturers. These guys should be wearing uniforms. The race promoter has to then schedule. The pros, when the pros hit the track, has to be scheduled and promoted as well. So when the pros hit the track for their A final, that should be the big thing where you should be pushing that. Okay, let me rewind this. If you want to make RC better for spectators, the race has to be planned around spectators and the broadcast and not the racers. The issue with RC is that the spectators are the racers. Participation sport, right? It's a participation hobby. So the people are, I challenge you to an E-Truggy race, Danny Paz, when I see you again. I challenge accepted. So you got to understand that what we have right now as big races is not proper to promote. Like, you can't promote that for people to come see that. Like, you can't promote people to, hey, come to DNC and let's watch this for 5 days, right? Or, you know, you have to kind of promote the main points, the big things. So you want to get people there for the main finals, right? Forget about qualifying. That's boring. Nobody understands qualifying. That's another thing. Don't worry about qualifying. If you want to make it better, you got to make qualifying more exciting. Heads up racing, in my opinion, for qualifying. Got to make a heads up racing. More heads up racing, number one. You got to treat it bigger. You got to promote it big, act like it's big, get these pro guys to be more professional, autograph signings, promote the pro A main. You got to go out there and promote it. If you listen to a podcast I did with Rick McCreary, it's an audio only podcast. So he and a bunch of guys did the 2008 Manufacturers Cup. In fact, I'm going to try and bring this up on YouTube while we're talking. So the Manufacturers Cup happened in some stadium, like an outdoor stadium, no roof, but it had seats. And it basically, the guys went out there, went on the radio, gave away tickets. They weren't real tickets, but they pretended that they were. But they did all of this. They did all the promotion of going on radios. They also had big prizes. Like one company gave them a motocross bike. Like, you know, so like I think Ryan Mayfield won a motocross bike or something like. You know, like, and I think the person who won intermediate won like a year sponsorship to Team Losi and all this type of stuff. So there's lots of cool things at the actual race. There was an actual DJ commentate, like not a DJ, but there was a race caller calling the race to the people there, not to the race. So, you know, it was exciting. He was, you know, he was getting the crowd into it, and they made a very simple track and a big jump that the crowd was able to see, and it was just a cool event. I'm actually gonna I found a video, so let's put it up. Let's put it up. Give me a second, guys. I found a video. Up. Share screen. This is why I was gonna have I was going to have a producer today, but he didn't make it. So I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit. So this is 2008. This was in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. So there you can look at that. Look at those antennas. So nothing special, but I want you to look at the crowd. It's empty right now. But I think later on, like autograph signing sessions, crowd, Honda sponsorships, even though they weren't sponsoring it. Just a big tabletop jump. People are excited to see cars just take. Look at that. A rhythm section. Brilliant. And I think they like Scotty was calling. I'm not sure if Scotty was calling the race or just the way you call the race. You got to call the race to people that don't know what's happening. Look at the crowd of people there. Look at that. There's spectators there. There's spectators there. Look at that. Now, you're going to want to all know why this stopped, though. Look at that. I've never seen that many people watching an RC race that aren't. Those people aren't RC racers. I'm sure there's some RC racers up there. There's Mayfield. He won that cool trophy. Trophy girls. I don't mind trophy girls. I know some people ain't into them. But look, simple track, not crazy. You know, no whips, simple little jumps. I think this is the guy who might have won the sponsorship. Just a big tabletop. Big tabletop. People love that. Whoa, what a pit. That was awesome. Look, I think that's Chewy. Jesus, he looks young. He won a motocross bike. Jesus, Chewy looks young. He is young, 2008. He still got that same hairstyle there. Man. So there you go. It can be done. It can be done. It cannot. It can be done. All right. There we go. France, you knows all about it. So there you go, Alex. It can be done. But you know why that didn't happen anymore? Because it costs so much money. And it's very hard to do. As for the broadcast, we can do that, but easier. The broadcast has to be. So the problem. So here's the thing. I wish we had set times for pros. A lot of the local people to White Pine TN are interested in PNB, but I can't tell them and the pros will be racing Sunday. They did do that this year. They do that. But it's not enough to just have people come. You have to inform the people about what's going on. And you have to have an announcer there that's catering to the races. Now, Lance does a good job, but these people don't know who's who, right? So that's where it comes in, like that's where you got to meet the drivers, there's paint job, have a pamphlet, all that type of stuff. It's a whole big thing, whole big process. They were trying to, it just costs so much money and takes so much time, and these guys probably lost money doing this. Just like RCGP, lost money. So it's hard. Now it can be done on the broadcast side of things, where you can make the broadcast better, but then that sacrifices some people's finals and stuff like that, because you have to go out and there may not be a guy commentating. There may just be a static cam for the E-main of Sportsman E-Buggy, right? Or like the sports, like it may not be you got to go out there and get the content, or you need more people. That's what you need. You need more people. You either need to sacrifice probably the lower main, like the people that pay, you have to sacrifice their coverage to go get everything ready for the pro stuff and make that better, which can be done. Or you need to have more people in there that can go out and do that. That's what it comes down to. And it comes down to this. When you have 4 people doing things and one of them's doing most of the stuff, it's hard, man. It comes down to money. Comes down to money, working with the race promoter and working with the manufacturers and the pros and all that stuff. And then if dealing with fraud takes a whole bunch of other people. It comes down to money. That's at the end of the day. Clinic says, I was there. It's pretty good. Gas Boater. I went to the Tennessee State Championship track located in Knoxville Zoo. Essentially, so many people were watching the race that never seen RC before. Good. That's great. I would also say Kevin brings up a point. You can't have a 60-minute final. It has to be a final where there's exciting racing, like, or 15 minutes. Like, that's like RCGP, man. RCGP had good ideas. They had short races. They had heads up racing for qualifying, gate starts, all that type of stuff. Yeah. Good commentator. You got to get people hyped up. What one is Charlie Mack? The original Trugganheer? Not sure. What's up, Taylor DeLosa? Unsure what you're talking about. Oh, it's raining outside. Oh. You bring up a good point. Like, just like Gasbutter said, you got to put these races on where people will see them. You probably get a good crowd like that at county fairs. Now, the county fair and all that stuff, I don't think you need to have pro guys. You just need to have a good program going. But it would be cool to put a race on at something like that. We need Patreon for 5150 Productions to continue RC documentaries. I will tell you this, that I don't think that RC Patreon would pay for how much those things cost. We need more Danny Paz's Popos. That guy does amazing stuff. The stuff that guy does while running a camera is amazing. Without spectators buying tickets and or big outside sponsors, RC will never have what full-size motorsports does. You are absolutely right, DSAW78. If the spectators aren't going to buy tickets and you can't make no money off it, so it's not worth having them in or catering to that. The money is in the races that are there. And how do we get big name sponsors in it? Hey, look, this race has asses in seats. Because believe you me, the 200, 300, maybe 400 people that are there, milling around in those pits, are not the consumers, are not enough. Not enough. We need to think bigger in RC. We need to think bigger. We really do. We need to think bigger. And we need to act like it's big, in my opinion. All right. Well, I do apologize for the electricity going out earlier. I was hoping we'd have more to talk about tonight with DNC, but Rain had something to say about that. We did have 100 people in here. Steady. That's good. You guys, so I am going to bring back the NNRC hotline. But I need to have a producer. So Ty and I are working on that. Like I said, Ty just sick. And I would have had it tonight. So we're gonna get. So we used to do call-ins. I love Wheel and Triggers call-ins. I remember showing them how to do it. I suggested how we could do it. I don't know if he went that way, how we could do it, but I did them. But like to do the call-ins, I need another computer. I need to be focused on that. To chat. So I kind of want to have it where it's the producer who will virtually take care of that. EKJ 24,000. Make sure you go over and hit that sub button on that channel for the RC Podcast Lounge. What's up, Corey? If you ain't ripping, you're tripping. What up? How you doing? I definitely like the fairgrounds paid and me to get RC on DraftKings. Fran too. If I had the money, I would have a RC Palooza. Every type of RC that you can compete with will be in the program. So I did see something pretty cool. I saw Mark Santa Maria's actually building like a warehouse. Yeah. I watched his video. He's like making an RC hobby shop fun park. That's pretty cool. I know you guys are all racers, but that bashing stuff's pretty cool. So I know you guys have been wondering, like, I know you see me with the ML Toys stuff. So ML Toys, that's cool. Like, that's the next thing I'm getting into. I'm starting to get really into it. I'm actually about to record a podcast with the guy Alex Tita, who does drag racing with that stuff. And thank you, Alan Placer of ML Toys. He sent me some hop-ups for my daughter's Power Wheels. So she's going to be going a little fast and she's going to have some lights. So if you guys are into Power Wheels, like, dude, I'm shocked. Like, I'm been consuming a lot of Power Wheels content preparing for this. Dude, it's like these drag racing stuff, these people take it serious. These kids out there racing. It's cool stuff. And bashing these things, man. I would have never thought, dude. Power Wheels. I was looking at some Power Wheels the other day on this company. Like $1,700 for these things. Like, I'm like, these things look like real vehicles, but they're for kids. Oh, I don't have any speed secrets yet because I haven't done anything, but ML Toys has some, and then I'm gonna talk to the guy Teeter. I had a hat on earlier, but I took it off. I was sweating. EK, have the DNC date change paid off, or is it too early to tell? I mean, it's still raining. You can't stop the rain. Hello, Nick B. How you doing? Just Joe. Is that the Joe that I know that drives a crane, operates a crane? I'm not sure. I wonder what JQ's doing. I wish I could call him, but he's another one that's been ignoring me. He'll be back. He said he'll come on for DNC recap. I'm sure he'll have lots of things to complain about. Dwayne Fletcher, I am not at DNC. I did not go this year or last year. So 2 years for me. I didn't go after last year because I was just like, after 2023, I was like, I'm not doing this. But this year, I'm got the itch. Maybe I'll go next year. I have to go talk to Joey. I know he's mad at me. So let's see. Maybe he'll let me go. Let me come in race there. not race, but hang out. And to be honest, man, I'll be honest, for DNC, if you're a content creator, you have to go like, dude, I had to go up to like Starbucks to hang out there and I'll upload everything. Cell signal sucks there. You can get like, I got a hotspot, man. That stuff's expensive. I think the only cell service that works there might be AT&T. That's really good. JQ could use a slap. Yeah, probably. Somebody should do it. He's a pretty tall guy. Last time JQ was at DNC, they were throwing fists. So I hope that don't happen this year. But guys want to slap him, go slap him. JQ ain't no punk. Nick B, any plans for the Pacific Northwest HRCR or W8? Not at the moment, sir. Not at the moment. I would love to get up to the Pacific Northwest. Alex Cummings, what's a popular West Coast race to attend this year? I wanted to attend Silver State, but saw that it's sold out. Oktoberfest, the Nitro Compound. Maybe not as big as big entry counts and not as many top pro guys, but that's a badass track. And I would go there just to go to the race on that track and enjoy yourself. If you want to go where there's like lots of pros and all that stuff, though, I think the only ones, lots of pros. I think everybody should go to DNC if you're an RC fan. I do. Even though it's raining, I think you should go to experience it, right? Now, if it keeps getting rain like this, I don't know how long that's going to stay like that, but it's hard to do anything about the weather, right? But yeah, I don't know. Like, you can't go to Silver State. There's no real big race. I know Tony Schumacher's Nitro Compound has Oktoberfest. I think Wally has a race too, but I'm not sure exactly when it is. Big racing happening down under this weekend. That's right. It's at that 10 scale race. All the Australian guys are going to race at that. Does RC racing need a all-stars racing like pro sports have all-star games? How would it work? I don't know. Corey. The all-star games aren't even tackle no more. I saw the flag football. Sorry, guys. I have to take my cough medicine. Starting to cough. Brett Ryan, boxing gloves required for Beaker and Tebow. I really hope they don't get into it. I think JQ be all right. I would love to. I love that race. That's one of my favorite 10 scale races. I don't know where you put it though. Yep, the Keylor Invitational. I talked about that. Yeah, Wallace race looks good too. But I would go Oktoberfest because Nitro Compound's badass. Oh, you know, so here's what I say. So listen to me. It's going to be expensive. But if you're really going to go DNC, you really need to go out to California the weekend before so you can go to some of the tracks there. No problem, Dennis Curley. Good to see you. I see you I'm probably getting to a Florida race at some point this year. A-main race. It's nice. It's under a roof. That'd be a good one to attend too. But yeah, I would go to if I'm gonna Tim Lime's US Open also might be a good race as well. But Oktoberfest, Wally's race, Tim Lime's race. I'm sorry if I'm missing some of the other ones. I do apologize. But one of the beautiful things about going to DNC is going out to you could go to Revelation for a day, you could go to Thunder Alley for a day, you could go to Palm Desert for a day, and you could go to like Channel Islands for a day. And those are 3 nice tracks. Wow. Revelation's okay. Compared to like Thunder Alley and Palm Desert and Channel Islands. But Revelation's convenient because it's right, like it's close. Dwayne says, I met JQ at Revelation. Yeah, JQ used to always be at Revelation. Always. When he was when he was doing his 5 months in the USA. All right. Let's see. What's up, Dwayne? Where's Brady? I'm surprised he's not in her. I do want to go up to the Pacific Northwest, though. It's been a while. I would love to go see HRCR too, but it's just time and money. That's what it comes down to, time and money. Chris Nelson's race, he gives back to the races. He does, but here's the thing. Is it about giving back to the races, or is it the race that it should be about? I understand that he gives a lot away on his A finals and all that, in his A finals and all that stuff, but the race is the give back. That's what you go for, not the things that you could get from the race. The race is what you pay for, not what you can get at the race. But he's already said that not every race should be like that, and I agree with like that because he gives away a shit ton of stuff. Darren Steinhardt, is JQ on Facebook again? Yeah, on the Invisible Speed. That's JQ. He's back, but not as bad as he used to be. Adam Drake, 10 scale Nats. I don't think I'll be able to make that. It's going to be a pretty busy summer for me. I got to go Portugal 3 times. I got to go Portugal first weekend of May. Yes. So the Drake saving Thunder Alley. Dude. When I saw that Thunder Alley might go away, I was like, no way. It's been there for a long time. I think it's Thunder Alley's been there. Gotta be 20 plus years or more. I think Levi Jackson and his father earned it first. Somebody out there, one of these old school guys, Tony Luna and one of these guys will know who earned it. But yeah, the Drakes are taking it over and they've started renovating it. They live very close to that track too. So IBC. So yeah, I'm going to IBC in May, and then the Nitro Euros apparently in July, and then the e-buggy routes. So that should be good. I like to go spend a week extra exploring different parts of Portugal. Gas boater. Nick B. Lefty, you should help the work championship at HRCR. I know Justin Wildy very well. Awesome dude. I work with him at RCGP. Gas boater. Am I going to PMB? Me, Lefty. I am not at the moment going to PMB. Live RC will be doing the coverage of PMB. I think Danny's going, and Lance is obviously the RD. I think Gene's going to do like his SJ Racing tires, doing tires and mechanic stuff. And I think Patrick's going to be backup RD and doing content with Danny. But I mean, if they want me to come, I will go. I like PNB, but as of now, I'm not going to PNB. Okay, so Kimo's asking about this upper. My catamaran. Gas boat will know what that is. That is a Rico 48 gas boat. So you can see right there's this, there's the head, that black thing, and then there's the spark plug cap. So Blake Baker actually tricked me into, I said he picked me up for RC program, and he has a plane, and he goes, you like that boat? That he showed me this boat, and he was like, hey, what do you think about this boat, Lefty? I was like, it looks good. He goes, I think Kendry needs a boat, my son. And when he picked me up in Charlotte, then that, like when I was flying to the RC program, and then he goes, let's go have a look at that boat. It was in Moorhead City. We flew to Moorhead City, looked at it, bought it, and I got my buddy Lance almost squashed it. It was underneath the trailer, underneath the camper at RC program, and he was putting the camper on, and he almost squashed it. But because I had it on the stand, it was up, right? But then my buddy Jonathan Hernandez finally sent it to me. But yeah, it's cool. I haven't even driven it yet. It's got a 26cc stock engine in it. What Europeans is going to be tough to beat at DNC? Jay JC3, Elliott Boots, Burak Killick, all of them. Besides like Reno Savoya and those guys. Joao Figueiredo is going to be fast. Barufalo is already fast. JC3 is going to be there. Boots should be there. Breton will be a surprise if he can make it. You got the Parente brothers there. Danielle should be a maybe. I think Burak, keep up. I think Burak's going to impress. We'll see. They are Zenoa water-cooled engines, by the way. The heads are water-cooled. What's up, Dana? How are you, man? I don't even want to know what time it is wherever you are. Probably early. Yeah, it's just Chemo says, I really like the Coca-Cola theme. That's what got me as well. And you know what, Eric? Gas motor, this is actually an older hull, too. I got to go see what number it is. It might have had some blueprinting on the top bottom, or it might have gotten a wreck. So I don't know, one of those two. But I have a couple of props for it. It's really for my son. But shit, all he cares about is playing games. My daughter will run it. Dana says, I'm feeling Burak for the Europeans at DNC. Yeah, I don't know. He's maybe at the 2026 Worlds at Thornhill. Woohoo! You know, all that. I can't wait for it to come back to America. It's going to be in a blown out track, in a rough track. Thornhill. Ain't shit getting blown out at Thornhill. I don't think Burak can win it. Sorry. I shouldn't say that. Yes, Burak can win it. I don't think he will. All right, it's noon. Okay, you're over pretty much on Asia time. I got 2 Rico Cats gas, but I got a blue one too. Well, you know that too. I got a blue one too. I got to finish building it. What's up, Brady? How you doing, my good friend? How you doing? Chemo says, I like the hydro boats. They're fast. They are very fast. I want an insane hydro, I think. That's going to be my next boat. What are we talking about, Nick B? BJ Williams? And Eider. They're talking about Brian Eider. I'm surprised he's not at this race either, but he did just race the FTC race. He's been racing a lot. He's not in AZ now. Maybe he didn't feel like it, man. They've been hitting it hard. Brady says, I'm good, man. Excited for DNC. I am too. I mean, once we get through tomorrow and whenever happens with the weather and all that type of stuff, I hope they get 2 rounds of qualifying them because people didn't get practice today. Well, they did, but yeah. It's gonna be weird, dude. It's not weird. This happens all the time at DNC. What am I talking about? Yeah, Friday will be a good day. Tomorrow is going to be a lot of looking at rain, looking at them to track dry. Who's her, Tony? Oh, Eider's there. Okay. I do apologize. Darnell says Eider's there. He's providing support for X-Ray team through HRCR. Okay, he's there. Thank you, Tony Schumacher, owner of the Nitro compound. That's where she should be. It's not raining there, is it? That track's badass. I really do like the track. Did Joey build the track? No, yeah, I think Joey built the track all this year because I don't think Westergaard. I think Westergaard helped a little bit last year, but I'm not sure if he did this year. So, all right. Well, I think you guys enjoy these lives. I do enjoy them too. I think once we get the hotline going, we're going to have it open, but we're going to have to limit it. I know it's going to be packed with people calling. So, oh, shucks. What's Dana talking about? Ogo just released a new tread for the Dana. It's a sign, I wear. No, it's a sign, I swear. Charlie Mack, it's not the Dirt Nitro Easy. It is not. It is the Dirt Nitro Challenge. Brady says lots of PNW guys went down there. Nice. I saw the Bartlett's always go down there. Nick says I came in late. Are you there, Nick? Well, that's good. I don't know, man. I wouldn't be mad if Fenn won this either, to be honest. Fenn has not won a DNC. That's incredible. Like Nitro and DNC. When I say has not won a DNC, I'm talking about Pro Nitro Buggy. Okay, guys? You might have won E-Buggy. You might have won Truggy. We're talking about Nitro Buggy. I think Mayfield's won the most. Let me go. I have some stats here too, BJ. But I think Mayfield has won the most. Let's see. Let's see. Max has some stats here for me. Max went deep into the notes. So Mayfield had a first in 2019. Okay, so Mayfield's won this more than 4 times because he won it in 2017. I know that. He won in 2021. He won in 2022, and he won in 2023. 10th lasher. You know who's going to be also someone to look out for? Lutz, man. Lutz. Fuck. I think Lutz could. He was good at SIC, dude. He was good. Fenn had a long weekend. He did have a long weekend. He did not have the weekend that he wanted last weekend in 10 scale. So Lutz could do well. I'm sure they have something for him. Well, hold on. Let me see. How will they beat Fenn's fuel mileage? I'll tell you how they beat Fenn's fuel mileage. You know who knows how to beat Fenn's fuel mileage? JC3. He did it. I watched the Silver State race the other day because I do have an interview of JC3 coming out. I was going to get it out this week, but it might be next week. And to be fair, his English is good, is okay, decent, but I think he didn't understand some of the questions I asked him. So it's okay. Dwayne, Rona Falk's not there though. I'm still shocked saying that. I can't believe it. But we're going to have a really in-depth look into this. Me, Max, and maybe JQ. And Kyosha's doing the KPI change. Yes, we talked about that, but Max thinks it's not big enough. Bob Thomas, B-Rose. Well, I think he finished. Damn, I had it up. Where is it? Give me a second. Everybody, I will tell you where he finished last year. He finished 6th last year. B-Rose got a top 5. I don't know if he could win, though. I don't know. It'd be hard, man. What up, Brett Sher? I know it's not DNC related, but can we get a moment of silence for BHRC? Yeah, BHRC track not going to be anymore, unfortunately. Moving the whole program, the whole shop to a more e-commerce thing. I rock my BHRC shirt. I don't want to wear this too much because I don't want to wear it out. And I waited years to get a blue BHRC shirt. Years. Years, and I just got it like at the end at Fall Brawl. Years I waited to get one of these shirts. You are absolutely right. There are so many great drivers at DNC. Anything can happen. This is one thing I will assure you guys: the cream will rise to the top. The fast guys will be fast, and there will be some guys that are fast that are not in that A final. That's what's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of long lips out there. As my mama used to say, "Good the long lip." You stick your lip out like that when you're pouting. There's gonna be a lot of pouting because DNC ain't no joke. The track is gonna be like all this water is the track. I don't. Did it rain? It rained last year, but I don't know if they missed practice last year. I can't remember what happened last weekend, let alone last year. I wasn't there last year. So you guys like the idea of having call-ins? We'll add the NNRC hotline to this. I like these live shows. I need to get back to doing them. I like to have some guests on her. I'll probably bring in and have some more guests on her. My favorite's having Barry Baker in her. Barry Baker. I will say this. I think Juan Carlos Canasta is going to win. I truly do. I think he's going to win. I think it's his race. He won e-buggy last year. He broke in. He broke in this last year. I can see Boots doing well. I don't know. Mayfield. They got some new parts on that buggy. I'm told. We talk about that on that show. I can't remember exactly what it was. You know me when it comes to this technical stuff. Max and JQ have completely beaten setup, change, and all that stuff out of my head. I've heard them guys talk about that stuff so much, I kind of turn it off. Unless it interests me. Chris Master, it might even be someone from overseas that wins tons of talent. I don't know. Next race after this big race for these guys will be PNB. That's not too far away. That's April, first weekend of April. If I'm not, first weekend of April. And then first weekend of Silver State. Dude, we're going to have back-to-back big races. So we go, I'm talking 8 scale. We go PNB. I'm talking about major races. PNB. Then we got Silver State coming up. We have the Nationals in June. Then we have Wicked Weekend. Then we have the Euros in Europe. Then the e-buggy World Cup. I don't know what Americans are going to that. I know, like I talked to Rivkin, and it sounds like he's not, because it's like a month or 3 weeks before the Worlds, and that's his full, like the 10 scale Worlds. But somebody's going to be an e-buggy world champion. And we shall see. Chris Lesmer says, I think Canasta Boots. I wouldn't go wrong with that. Then it could be JC3 to lose, but there are so many fast and talented young drivers in the A final could win. I don't think there's 8 people that could win this race. I think there's only a few. There are JC3, Fenn, Mayfield, Ronnefalk if he was there, Boots I'm throwing in there. And I'm not sure. I'll be honest with you. Seth Van Dalen. I think Seth Van Dalen can win this. But I don't think Killick can. If he won it, I'll be like, yeah, that's awesome. He win it. I didn't expect it. I wouldn't be surprised, but I didn't expect it. That's the best way I could do it. You know what? Brad Meyer, Max, and my buddy Ty and Roach all pick Horn, and Ty picked Lemieux, and Horn's on great form, but in 10 scale, it's got to cross over to 8 scale and Lemieux. I have not seen the stash of Mr. Seth freaking Van Dalen. Nick B, Lefty, love your coverage while I was renting my car. Safe travels. Glad you're in your comfort zone. Thank you, Nick, man. I appreciate your support. I can't do it without you guys. Bob Thomas, what's the next vehicle from TLR? One that is not going to be raced by a professional RC car driver. Tony Schumacher, Lone Star at Thornhill will be huge. Why? Oh, you think people's going to come over for a warm-up? That might be the World's warm-up race next year, actually. Brady says, I'm taking JC3, Mayfield, Lutz, Killick, Boots, not in that order. Oof. Okay, here's a question. How many Europeans are going to be in the final this year? So last year it was Boots, Rona Falk, Berton, Canas. So there were 4. So Boots, Rona Falk's not going to be in there. Do you think there'll be more Europeans in the final this year? I thought there'd be 6 without Boots, without Rona Falk there. You know what? I don't see why. Let's see. Juan Carlos Canas, Barufalo, Boots, Killick, Berton, Jaw Figueiredo. Was he in this? No, but I could see 6 Europeans making it, 5. Maybe not. We'll see. I don't think Wiggins could do it, but I definitely think Fuller could do it, says Chris Lemessa. We're going to see if Fuller or even Wiggins. I'm just being honest. He says 6. Yeah, maybe. What up, Axel? It's not. I'm staying out late. Axel says it's past my bedtime. The C man's going to be insane. What are you talking about? Tebow could win. He has the skills and experience and ice in the veins, says Jonathan. I think he could win Truggy. I don't know about Buggy. We'll see. This might be the year that the Americans come out and lay the fucking smackdown on the Europeans and shut me and Max up. It might be. Then it might not be. Might be a European top 3. Nah, I don't see that happening. If Ronnefalk, I keep going back to Ronnefalk. Like, I keep going to Ronnefalk because I'm seeing this man drive at this track. I'm seeing him win. He almost, that year, was it? The first year, 2018, when I thought he was going to win, and he smacked the light pole. I was heartbroken. Chris Lessmans, I know Wiggins is a long shot, but he puts a lot into his program. He does. The wizard. But there can only be one. Spencer Rifkin. Why nobody? Spencer Rifkin finished 4th last year. He's not had a big 8 scale win. He won TNR last year. But I think Rifkin's fully focused on 10 scale. After talking to him at INS, he's like, 10 scale. 10 scale is what I'm into this year. I want a 3rd world championship. I understand that. No, Dana. Dana asked, is this Fenn's first big auto with the X-ray? Nope. SIC. I felt he had a lot of speed on the field at SIC, and that was, well, this is his 2nd 8-scale race since SIC. He did the NSX racer in February, I believe. I think Fend is the strongest threat to win this, even though it's not looking good in practice. Out of the Americans, I think it's the strongest threat. I think Seth Van Dalen is going to surprise people this weekend. I have my dark horse as Burak Killick. I don't think Seth Van Dalen is a dark horse, but Seth Van Dalen is another one that I wouldn't mind seeing win, because that man, if you look at his record last year, I think he finished 4th. This race, he didn't do too good in it. If I'm not mistaken. Last year, because I don't think he made the main in Nitro Buggy because he broke or something or what, I can't remember. But all the other races, I think he finished 4th. And he's semi-pro now. I haven't really looked at anything from I did look at the last lap of the desert. I'm looking at dude. Has anybody seen the last lap of A3 2-wheel drive at Desert Classic? Oh, it was a scrap between Chase Lemieux and Aiden Horn. Jonathan Hilton talks about it. He is talking about Ryan Mayfield, Boots, Fenn, JC3, Spencer, top 5 in order. EKJ 24,000. What manufacturer's car will do well at DNC? Well, what's well? You mean the most cars in the final, or a car that will win? I think Techno or S-Works will have the most cars in the Nitro final because they have the most drivers. And one of those cars come in. Either of them come in. Nats warm up at Thornhill. Chris Lemester, sunny days will start tomorrow after 12. Hopefully there will be no rain that night. Eric Q. If this is Eric Quartermaster, I think we answered your question the other day. Just got her thoughts on Aiden Horn. He's been doing great in 10 scale, could carry over to 8 scale. That's what Max thinks. Aiden Horn's doing really well. Axel Owens says, dude, are you live right now? Yes, I'm live. I'm just looking at my messages. Could be. Horn had a good DNC last year. Horn. So let's look. Horn actually qualified 12th overall, made the final. I should say he did not have a good DNC, but he made the final. I think if he can get better than 12th, 14th at DNC, he's done better. That's a whole different animal, man. Whole different animal. Hot race slicks are on fire right now. On fire. Corbin Smith, he's talking about the video. That shit was crazy. Cutting the second to last jump at that angle, it was bound to happen. Yep. That was a good race, man. Horn was sending it through that double, single. Go do you guys yourself a favor. Go look at Mod Live Media and watch that last lap of A2. I think Horn and B. Rose will be the top associated drivers at DNC. Could be. How about Jonah Wilson? Will Jonah Wilson make the A final in the Sparkly Sparko? I see he's out there running. I see the Sparko guys have got their Truggy. So Sparko team's out there. Brett Shirkus, JC had to release the Smoothie 3s. Yeah, Hot Race got some hype on them. INS, and it was a good race. That's a track I would like to go to. Hobby Action. I heard so much good things about that place. It looks awesome. Looks really awesome. Where's Charlie Mack? Has he acknowledged my OG Truggy status yet? I like a Facebook post acknowledging that, please, Charlie Mack. Brad Meyer, I think this is Chase Lemieux's first DNC. He put on a strong showing at Motorama. Seems like he's got good pace in 8 scale, not just 10 scale. He does. He does. Even my buddy Mike Hill seems to be impressed with him. It takes a lot to impress him. But, dude, the only 2 drivers that are missing from this race that are top contenders, in my opinion, like top world contenders, are David Angaro, well, Filong too. Well, I don't think Filong can win this. I'll be honest with you. Not yet. Maybe at some point. I'm sorry. And Angaro, even though Angaro hasn't won this either, but he's always a threat, right? I don't think you're going to see Angaro come to this race. I don't think he's a big fan of it. So, be interesting. It will be interesting. Charlie Mack says, I will have ChatGPT get right on writing my acknowledgement. Thank you. I appreciate that. Tyler Albert, just tuned in. Do you know why Canas isn't at DNC? No, he's at DNC. It's Ronnefalk that's not DNC. And I talked about that. Basically, talking to Ronnefalk, X-Ray decided to let the American guys handle DNC this year. And they sent Ronnefalk over to the on-road race in Thailand for 2 weeks. And he wasn't going to do both. He couldn't do both. So I am Charlie Mack. I'm the Delroy Lindo of Truggy, hella active in the streets. Dwayne Fletcher, Boots back to back, quite possible. That would be something. That Boots would be. Boots is one of those Europeans who's won 2 major races in the USA: Silver State 2019 and now DNC. If you could get a back to back DNC win in it, I see no reason why. Because Boots loves these type of tracks. Boots has always been fast at DNC. Man, I remember that corner step up thing that Joey had one year. I think it was at Fur Farm. I watched Boots flip that, like when he would get it, and he would mess up, he'd flip and still be fast. The fish has good chance. I feel the top 12 car times maybe separate. I don't know what's going to happen. Remember, it's going to rain tomorrow. So they're only going to get 2 qualifiers at most tomorrow. I do not see them doing 3 qualifiers. They're probably not going to get out there till 11, 12 tomorrow. Dude, I remember one year, it was 2022. We didn't leave Truggy qualifying. What's it called? No, it was Truggy Mains Day. It might have been. I can't remember. One of those days, we didn't get home till 2:30 in the morning. No, we didn't leave till 1:30:45. We didn't get home till almost 3. Rifkin hooked that race, and Rifkin actually had the fastest overall place in E-Buggy 714. Bruflo got the fastest top 3 consecutive. Yeah, but he can't really go too far off practice. But yeah, it's hard because them guys out there trying to click off. The pace is a little different because they're out there trying to click off those fast laps, and when they mess up, they don't. But yeah, these guys, they love to win E-Buggy and they love to win Truggy and E-Truggy, but they want fucking Nitro Buggy. Seriously. Brad, it is not. There is going to be sun Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There will be sun tomorrow. Well, not sun, but they should. If it doesn't rain in the morning, if it stops raining, and they could get the track pumped, water off, they could feasibly be on the track by 12 or earlier, or just after 12. So that gives them, it's going to be a late night. Early night tonight, late night tomorrow. Late night tomorrow. All right. Well, we're almost at 3 hours. We never do anything like, I was like, yeah, 2 hours. I knew it was going to be long. Lefty off the records also get very long. Bob Thomas, I heard there's a Kyosho driver sleeping at track with a tent in a Marshall spot. I don't know, dude. I marshaled the pro race that year after 1:30 a.m. When we finished, we had a 6-hour delay. That was horrible, Fran. We was staying like 45 minutes away. I think Rona Falk's man got us home in like 30 that night. He was hauling ass in that little van. They probably will get the Truggies out there, to be honest, because it's Truggy and E-Buggy tomorrow. So, all you Truggists, there you go. Truggy's not just the filler class, it's to get the mud off the track class, too, Charlie Mack. Oh, Nitro Truggy, get the mud off the track class. He's going to hate me for that one. I'm going to get a manifesto very shortly. Dude, Charlie Mack sends me a freaking 10-page manifesto on Facebook Messenger and expects me to read it. I said, dude, email that shit to me. I can't read that text like on Facebook Messenger. Like a 5,000-word manifesto. Okay, maybe not 5,000 words, but it's long. I said, dude, do you type this up on your phone or are you using a keyboard? Because if you're using your phone, this is quite impressive. All right, everybody. So I think we're going to call it a night. I'm sorry about the electricity. Dude, you guys should have seen me. I was scrambling. I had my phone out. I had electricity in the other part of the house. I ran extensions from her. I had to take the extension from her. Do that. I've got extensions all of. Oh man, definitely gonna have to call the electrician and get them to set up the inverter so that the power's on this side, not as well. Working on volume. Is that, I don't even know. I don't know my Roman numerals. 5. Love and Loctite. Is that in about my pillow ball? It's coming loose on my Truggy. Love and Loctite. That's gonna be a good one. Oh, okay. Well, this is a good live. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You can see the studios coming together. I got this black spot, this black part right up here that I'm gonna fill in. I'm actually probably gonna push the cameras back. I might even do a caddy corner. I don't know, a little bit different from before. I still have to set up all my action figures, but they're going out in a different part. And yeah, it was good to do a Lefty off the record. I wanted to say thank you guys for all the continued support. I know last year was very busy with me traveling. I didn't get to do a lot of these. I'm home till about the end of April, so I'm gonna be doing this. I'm really enjoying doing the content here. I needed to take a few months off to get everything set up here as well. Off travel, spend some time with my family, and get everything going. I'm doing 2 podcasts now. I mean, the Power Whiz podcast is 1 show a month, but I mean, we just knocked out a whole bunch of content. You guys don't like the 10 scale stuff. We got to get the 10 scale guys into NNRC. We got to get those 10 scale podcast numbers up, but we will. I love you guys, man. Thank you guys all. I do wish I was at DNC though. Even though it's raining, I wish I was there. And good luck to everybody at DNC. I don't know. Maybe we'll see how the weekend goes. I do have I'll have my kids over this weekend. So I don't know. I really would like to do some short little recap videos. I really like what Darnell was saying about, like we can make the online coverage, going back to like Alex was saying, we can make the online coverage better for these shows for RC2 if we could do things like this, like a quick shows or recap shows. Excuse me, but that all costs. Hey, I should be buying you beers because your birthday was a couple of weeks ago. But thank you, Axel Earn. Now we went to DNC in 2023, and it was because of him and Chris Morale that I actually enjoyed myself at that race. And we had a nice Airbnb. Axel's a good buddy. Thank you, Axel. Thank you everybody for the super chats. We greatly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. You guys like these lives? We're gonna maybe I'll try to do 2 a month, maybe more. We'll see. We're gonna have some, but I'm not gonna up 2 a month for now. We're gonna have the call-ins back, so you guys will be able to call in. That'd be fun. And I'll have a producer, so I won't be fumbling around. And I enjoy them. You know what? Doing these lives, I'm always nervous the entire day. I barely ate today. I've been going all day. I mean, I need to not barely eat. I need to lose some weight. But even when I got home, I was like hyped up and I was ready. I got home about 6. I sat down in my chair and I was writing some notes and doing this and doing that. And thank you, Nux Boxing. I that's an interesting name, but thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. We appreciate that. Thank you all for the super chats. And I was really eager to get on this live tonight. And then I remember saying, I hope the electricity doesn't go off for the, I said, I should be good if the electricity goes off because, I got the inverter in. But then I was like, okay, it's not hooked up in here. So thank you, Steve Campbell, for the gifts. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Bobby Thomas, Charlie Max sleeps more at the RC track than he does RC. Well, you don't run buggy. Truggies are done fast because the Nitro Truggy is dying. But, OG Truggy is right here. I want to thank you guys, man. Honestly, enjoy these lives. Next time we're up, we'll have a producer. NRC hotline. You better call in, talk for a couple minutes. Tell us what's on your mind. We're going to get rowdy. Talk about RC. Yeah. Thank you guys. Enjoy DNC. I thank you guys for all the support. DNC will be awesome. Rain will be over, and we can get back to all of this. With that said, let me find my outro. Thank you guys for all the support. I greatly appreciate it. Have a good evening. Have a safe weekend. Enjoy DNC. And I look forward to recapping this race next week sometime for you guys. And go check out our DNC preview show, our show 309. JC3 interview probably going to come out next week now. I thank you guys. You have a good evening. And I'll see you in the YouTube chat for DNC this weekend. Lefty, Nitro's the glory. E-Buggy pays the bills. It's DNC, everybody. Let's get excited. Let's get ready for some awesome racing. I will see you all next week. Or maybe, who knows? Maybe we'll do something this week. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see what happens. With that said, Lefty is out.